It's not just music, it's classic.
Okay, I got some game for you. I got some game for you. I got some game for you.
Omega versus Omega.
I got some game for you.
See, that's $1 million song right there.
So tell me, really, don't you think it's fucked up when niggas be twisted shit into submission, forgetting that MOB is the mission, letting pussy take over the brain? There could be some other things, regardless of what you call it, a chain reaction. Dissatisfaction to the game, the pocket and partner, cause he didn't get into this marijuana or drug business, just be bullshitting while you on the sideline with your fake pimpin', nigga, please listen. I understand that niggas got hella shit up on their mind, but man, you can't let it affect the grind. Too easy to look back at the you that fell all the way off and be like, damn, how the fuck do that? Now, you losing all of your money, man, you losing your dough. This next blow is worse, man, you losing your hoes, you pawning your jewelry, you pawning your clothes, you selling your wins, so now you need to ride the road. Oh, I seen it before. Niggas fall flat on their face. I'm trying to reach grace, stand on the floor. I said it before. Those that are mind, body, and soul should be prepared for the woe. Go ahead, let it go. Whether it's the shots of electrical, lyrical watts, I live from the foe. I'm bred for the cold. Saint Bernard like pedigree, but really I'm a pick to the bone. All OG strains here, no clones. Too many niggas biting other niggas' flows. My style's mine, nigga. Go get your own. Go get your own. Go get your own. That's why a nigga better mind they own. Keep a nickel needle, my heater, miss sending you home. I call it a chrome, a gun, 2-piece of a tone. A Roscoe, gang, y'all, go real bro. A burner of a biscuit, all me to shutting you down quick. Coming up out the hostel with the subliminal second. Shot to your legs, throw back, feeling wet. This homie, you fucking with niggas that got a gun daddy. Fuck you all. What kind of sense does it make to respect you when I got no regards for the law? I ride with the cars, I drive a nigga shot at my door for 1 cent. Did you ever think I'll make it with pause? No. A trained criminal rhymes insane, cynical. People thinking that Mega would never remain lyrical. Now that's pitiful. Give me a minute minimum. I'm ending them as soon as they step into my continuum. The third element. I'm eating MCs alive that don't deserve to rhyme lacking intelligence. This is relevant to all of those who oppose witness to rap, the rap's vigilant delegate. Game for you. I got some game for you. I got some game for you. Man, we got the game for you. We got the game for you. We got game for you.
Classic entertainment, baby. Omega.
Yeah. Game for you.
One and only.
For you. Ooh. Cast of Amontillado, they buried me, left me for dead inside the walls that's hollow. Now follow, they didn't take into account my year, make, and model. My God like design of an apostle. I rise like a phoenix, and I got you. Rob is the phenomenal, impossible, insolvable, unstoppable, prodigal, calling audible, still improbable. I got these suckers mad, flaring at the nostrils, non-volatile, but you can order from me. I serve you how you want your order to be, motherfucker. Fully optional, I'm conjugal with the beat, the greatest that you never heard or seen. Cocksucker, sharp to the T, sharper than razor blades be. With a chick on my side, sharper than Sonya Blade and Chun-Li. I hit the lotto, so what's my motto? I get the 7 digits from your mother for $1 tomorrow. Sight, this ain't no 8 Mile shit, but you can get split like coconuts in Hindu rituals. Flagrantly habitual, these niggas is criminal. I get cynical when discussing them, cause they skills is loving the feeling when I'm on stage, engaged to rock the mic. I ain't new to this shit took time, not overnight. Hella times at night I got no sleep, but still I write. My pen gotta be line for line through my plight. Cold as ice, unmeasurable might like a mic. Mama said you fall, come back twice as hard, alright? Yeah, she always laid out the facts for me. Now what I want you to do is clap for me. Clap for me. Hitting you hard like big, ready to die shit. Everyday struggle, but still I win, sky's the limit. I'm back like Pac after the 5 shots. What didn't kill me, maybe we could, nigga? I think not. Man, I laugh at you motherfuckers. Open season, this is class in this motherfucker. Break out your pen and pad in this motherfucker. I'm the professor, here's the math in this motherfucker. Night or day, I practice to keep the blicky with me. Cause niggas iffy, low down dirty, grimy and shifty. My honest logic embedded and cold in my mind's M1 chip compatible memory. Are you hearing me? Naturally, I'm programmed to defeat foes. Love women and curse hoes and roll with the punches like bros. It's ice cold on the boulevard, but my wits and my gifts wish from God, make love in the feeling when I'm on stage, engaged to rock the mic. I ain't new to this shit took time, not overnight. Other times at night I got no sleep, but still I write. My pen gotta be line for line through my plight. Cold as ice, unmeasurable mic like a mic. Mama said you fall, come back twice as hard, alright? Yeah, she always laid out the facts for me. Now what I want you to do is clap for me. Clap for me. I flow greater than your navigator. I rhyme harder than your Dodge Charger. Candy paint 26s and all. Harder than Steven Seagal and above the law. Harder than Jordan with the flu game in Utah. Harder than Snoop Dogg murder was the case. Harder than DJ Screw tapes from the Texas State. Harder than Red and Metal scoring and how high with the weight of tape. Harder than Vanilla Ice and Vanilla Ice to the plate. You hard like Big, ready to die shit. Everyday struggle, but still I win. Sky's the limit. I'm back like Pac after the 5 shots. What didn't kill me made me weaker, nigga? I think not.
What up? New unreleased Omega. Coming soon. Yeah, when I hit him with that music, it's gonna be real bad for him. B.A.D. Michael Jackson bad. In my little 3. Yeah, excuse things. Hey. It's not a show though until we get crossfaded, right?
Crossfaded, crossfaded,
welcome.
Crossfaded, crossfaded,
Crossfaded,
crossfaded,
crossfaded,
crossfaded, crossfaded, crossfaded. Bad they never
Bad
made
they
it.
never
Bad
made it.
now they
Bad
hate
so
it.
now they
Bad
hate
for
it.
how they paid it. I'm just trying to make it, trying to hold my placement. Thanking God for the graces, watching for changing faces. Crossfaded, this is special occasion. Subjects hotter than Cajun, Andouille and Mason. Crossfaded, I'm just a duck in the pond. Shout out to Dorian, my reign has just begun. I be crossfaded,
crossfaded,
crossfaded.
Black, 29 years.
Crossfaded, crossfaded.
Black nigga, 29 years in this rap game.
Crossfaded, 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 crossfaded.
Yo, thank you for tuning in.
Crossfaded, crossfaded.
Thank you. Can I start the show?
You ready?
Y'all ready?
Let's start the show.
Let's start the show. Thank you for tuning in to Crossfaded. It's your boy, Omega. Please make sure that you like, subscribe, and share. Omega Classic Records is the page and the name. Omega done rhymes greater. Soon you shall see. So, thank you for tuning in. Another episode of Crossfaded. This episode is a special episode. We are celebrating something special. We were blessed to be able to hit a milestone. That milestone, 30,000 YouTube subscribers, ladies and gentlemen. 30,000 YouTube subscribers. Thank you. Thank you. Man. It's been a grind all year. It's been a grind just every day. 30,000 subscribers is not easy. It's work. But what I'll say is, if you have a passion for something, it's not really work. What I've learned at this 30,000 subscribers mark here on YouTube, and this is for artists abroad. This is for creators, content creators. You can make a living in your house, at home and at will. You can turn your computer on and create content that you love and make a living. You can do it. And I'm getting ready to step into that phase. I'm getting ready to cross over into that territory. And I'm looking at retiring from my daily occupation very soon. My daily occupation, if I've never said, has been roadside assistance. I started a roadside assistance company sometime around, I don't know, 2013, 2014. And I was kind of mismanaging how it runs or how it ran. And then I began to, really run it properly, like a true business. And it's been a grind running that business. It was a business that I started that was a job every day. Roadside assistance is not sweet. People get killed and everything, So I'm glad to be able to say that I created something else that is a passion that will pay me on a bi-weekly basis, that I can work from home or work from wherever I'm at. Pretty soon, you guys will be seeing me do cross-faded shows from any location. I'll be going to sit down with other people and interview them at their places of business or their studios or wherever they choose. So cross-faded is growing. We are, over a quarter of 100,000, 30,000. I want to show you the numbers because outside of just what is YouTube, there's a movement that has begun with Crossfaded, with Classic Records, with myself as a whole. As a whole, across all platforms, we're somewhere around over 100,000 in followers and subscribers at this point. So this was an important episode. 67,000 followers plus on Facebook. We just cracked 2,000 followers on Instagram. When I actually made this particular picture you're looking at, it was 1,900 followers. That was made probably, I don't know, 4 days ago or something like that. So it's 100 people on just Instagram alone in 4 days. Instagram has been pretty sluggish, by the way. It's one of the sluggish platforms. This does not count TikTok, Twitter, Twitch. I have not looked at those platforms to see what the growth is because I just haven't. My focus has been on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram somewhat. But 100,000 followers and subscribers at this point abroad across 3 of my 5 or 6 platforms. That's God's work. I appreciate it. The content is educational content. People are using it, and I hope that they're applying it because I've applied it. And you'll get to see that when I release music and you start to see the music chart and you start to see the music move and go up the tiers of charts of iTunes, of Billboard, because we charting. Like, we're not fucking around. This is making a living off of your music. And today, being an artist, you have to diversify yourself. You gotta make money all these different ways that you can, because the music business itself doesn't pay a lot. It just doesn't. It's the nature of the business. So, but yeah, man, 100,000 abroad. But what's special to me is the 30,000 mark on YouTube. And that number is wrong. When I made this, it was 30,200. I think it's probably somewhere between 37, 36, 30,600. It could even be 31,000 subs. The page just moves, and people are really taken to it, and people are really they're really watching that content, and I hope that they're using it, because that content that I give you with music business knowledge, I apply to myself. And you can't see it, but you'll be able to see it when I release music, and you'll see how the music works through the music system, through just the distribution system and charting, and how it comes into surface, how it comes into fanfare. So yeah, man, this is special, and thank y'all for supporting. Thank y'all for just being a part of the journey. It really, really means a lot. It means more than I can explain. I got to go to the comments. Terrence Nofel, hey dog, that's fantastic to hear. Keep it real. You've been keeping it real, man. Thank you, Terrence. For a long time, I stumbled upon you. Wow, man. Thank you, man, for watching, Terrence Norfolk. Man, thank you, man, for that. I appreciate that. I got a lot of people that know me that are on here that are, family and friends, and, folks that, that are what you would call warm crowd, because they know you, and they have a relationship with you. Terrence is a stranger. He's somebody that's saying he stumbled upon the page and he's been watching. Thank you so much, Terrence. I appreciate that, man. It's people like you that come and take the content and support it, and it just contributes so much to the growth. So thank you for that, man. I appreciate you so much. Air 3, I think I know who that man is. Man, mad props, big bro. And I seen that 28 years ago. I think that this might be a friend of mine named Bob. Bobby, if that's you, tell me that that's you. I'm not sure. I seen that 28 years ago. I think that's my boy Bob. It looks like him in the picture, but it's hard to see because my screen is so little. Bob, if that's you, I appreciate it, and I love you to death, man. Straight up. Taco Dodge, congrats, bro. You will. Congrats, bro. You have, and you can make it 100. Thank you so much. Our street correspondent, Corey Rosdell. We ready for new music now. I know, brother, and it's coming. It's coming. While you're watching the show, I will be playing, just unreleased stuff, so people can get familiar with these unreleased tracks. I'll be playing just a couple. I don't want to play too much unreleased music, but what you hear that isn't released is stuff that'll be getting released pretty soon. And then you'll be able to, hear it on Spotify and iTunes, and you'll say, oh yeah, I heard that on the show. So, but yeah, thank you, Corey. I'm so proud of you. Thank you, man. I love you to death. Corey Rosdell is our street correspondent and my brother, my blood brother. So thank you, man. I love you to death. You've helped me a lot. Just, Corey gave me a post once that it's a post with Noriega on Drink Champs, and it's it's like the second post that we had that went viral. It went viral to the tune of like, I don't know, it's somewhere around like 2 million or something like that. So yeah, I really appreciate everything that you done, big bruh, just to help me at this point. Taco Dodge, Air 3, which I think is Lil Bobby, Melissa Thomas, Sean Hodges, Terrence Norfolk. Thank all of you guys. Thank y'all. Sean Hodges, aka Black. That's my man right there, and 100 grand. That's my fam right there. He's a dope rapper. I hope he decides to come on with it soon, and give him something, because he got a gift. You know, he just ain't applied it. You know, but shout out, man, to everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Ah, look at that. D-Mac, cuz I'm proud of you. Keep up the good work. Love you to death, man. Thank you so much. Yeah, like I said, man, a lot of family here, a lot of warm crowd. But as that crowd grows, you know, you'll just start to see more and more people chiming in from all these different places. So it's amazing, man. 100,000 across the board, and it's more than that. Like I said, I haven't counted Twitch, Twitter. Then I haven't counted whatever the other platform was that I TikTok, because TikTok be tripping. They be on some bullshit. You know, TikTok is cool when you doing degradation type of shit, like you doing, you know, goofy, ignorant nigga shit. But when you post an educational content that has a black foundation, and you could say like shit, or you could say nigga, and they flag you, and they, you know, warn you, and then they put a flag on your page. Meanwhile, it's 100 bitches on there twerking and all. Excuse me, because I don't mean it, but I'm just saying, like it, you know, because that's what TikTok is famous for. All these little chicks and a bunch of, you know, twerking and booty shaking and, you know, over sexualization with the females, because that shit goes viral quick. Or you can get on there and cook some NyQuil chicken, get you some chicken and submerge it in NyQuil and get viral and blow up. But when I give you content that tells you about artists that have been robbed by music execs, or that have been fighting in court for 20 years to get their publishing, you know, and somebody in an interview said shit or damn, you know, it's a problem. So really, man, I don't really give a damn about TikTok. They can kiss my ass, honestly. But the TikTok page is doing decent. Like it's like 50,000 likes and you know, I don't know, 2,500 followers or something like that. So, but yeah, the page at the forefront of my concern, which is also our home, is YouTube. So if you ever, because I used to always be on Facebook a lot, and I used to be on Instagram a lot. If you're ever looking for me, you can find me on YouTube, which is where a lot of great stuff is. You guys really got to start tuning into a platform that's going to give back to you, which is YouTube. And then when you're talking about Facebook and Instagram, that's just really more so for fun. Facebook is designed for you to build with your warm crowd. You know, think about it. The design consists of you not being able to message people that are just estranged. You can't pick a person in another state and then just message them directly. Like they have to friend you. You have to, you know, you guys have to be connected, and then you can communicate with them. And then you don't get suggestions from anybody but inside of a certain radius. So it's designed for your warm crowd. When you watch the movie Social Media, about the whole emergence of Facebook, it was designed like that. It was designed in a dorm room of an Ivy League college, and he designed it to connect all those people on the campus together. You know, so it's a warm crowd app, and it's designed that way. Instagram is worldwide, but they play with the algorithms on Instagram. They play around. So I don't understand that, and a lot of content creators, they don't understand it either from my research. So it's a give or take with Instagram, but nonetheless, Instagram is like the new age business card. Everybody's got an Instagram handle. When you see people doing interviews, you see the @ symbol in their name. So Instagram is important, but as far as building out a crowd, you know, it'll come when it comes with Instagram. But YouTube is non-discriminatory. YouTube is the hub. YouTube gets everything from everywhere and everybody. And when you get to a certain point, your YouTube page opens up. You're able to do things that other pages can't, you know? So this is just for the content creators out there and the artists and the musicians. Invest in your YouTube, you know, because as far as my digital checks, because I've been paid and I'm not even monetized yet, but who has paid me the most at this point is YouTube. Period. TikTok has paid me a check. I've never received a check from Facebook, even though I qualified for that $30,000, that $35,000 Facebook program. But when I got in the program, it was too late. And then they released another Facebook program that was like $1,500. And then they thwarted me from it. They wanted to thwart me or stifle me because they didn't like my content. They were sending me, the administration was telling me that the content was I forgot what the term was they used, because I want to use terms with you guys so that you know when you see it yourself, if you're an artist or if you're a content creator. But it was something wrong with the content to the tune of where it was considered reused content, because I had taken it from an interview, edited it, and then released it. So, but man, in all rights, they should have been and paid me. But it's cool. I'm not tripping, because when it comes to YouTube, how I'm getting paid is the followers. 67,000 followers. And that's only counting, I'm sorry, did I say YouTube? I meant Facebook. That's only counting 2 Facebook pages, the Omega Legacy page and the Classic Records LLC page. I got a second Classic Records LLC page, and I have another Omega, just Omega page. So it's actually 4 pages on Facebook, but that 67,000 plus only counts 2 of them. So thank you so much to everybody, that has helped, that is supported. Thank you to everybody that's watching right now. Something wonderful happened over the last couple of days in terms of speaking about the support factor. There's a gentleman on social media. I don't know if you know this gentleman, you may or may not, by the name of Marcus Barney. Marcus Barney, aka him 500, has supported one of our videos, and I truly appreciate him for doing that. I meant to send him a message to tell him, hey man, tune into the show, but I didn't get to send him a message. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna send him this show and hope that he watches, this first half of it. But this is a guy who works with the EYLU. If you don't know EYLU, that's the Earn Your Leisure. That's Rashard Bilal and Troy. I forgot Troy's last name. But yeah, the EYLU is an financial educational platform, and those brothers have worked hard to bring finance to the Black forefront, to Black people. All right. And this gentleman, M500, is an affiliate of the EYLU, and he got one of our videos, and that's actually right there in his Reels section where he got one of our videos. And shit, his video that he took of mine, he took my video and he's watching it, and then he leaves a comment. His video actually has more views on Instagram than we do with that video. Let me see if I can find his video. Just amazing and just awesome.
I had signed for 100K, nigga. I went dead broke, man.
That's the thing. Okay, explain this to me.
No, that's real.
No. Explain to me.
100K ain't no money. I'm a street nigga. Got 5 first-degree felonies, lawyer fees, a car. A nigga ain't never had none. You got, let's say, roughly 30,000 to play with. And you a young nigga ain't never had shit. Man, that money gonna be going by next week.
See, that's a super valid point, right? And it's no excuse to say I'm a street nigga and let that ignorance stay and let that be the reason that we make bad decisions. But for those that's cutting the checks, knowing that most of us from our community, we got a lot of talent, right? That's when it comes to sports, it comes to our athletes, our rappers. We got talent, but we haven't been educated when it comes to finances and ways to grow our money, or, you know, just be, you know, equipped with the right mindset and tools to say, yo, you give me a bag, let me go put it into my personal brand. Yo, you give me this cash, let me go make these investments, and let me go hire some people that can help me and actually educate me, so that way the 100,000 that I got, I don't end up back flat broke in the hood on bullshit, right? And that comes from the responsibility of the people that cut the checks. Like, yo, when you put money in people's hands, like the NBA, the NFL, the rappers, right, the labels, when you put money in these young brothers' hands and got a lot of talent, why aren't you educating them on what they should do and the things that they should do, so they don't end up in a bad position? Like, that's the thing that get me, like, yo, nah, I get it. You get rich off of our ignorance.
So that was awesome. Like, he uses the video for an educational point for his crowd. Him 500 has a following of about close to 400,000 people on Instagram, and that's where he used my post. So, you know, his 400,000, close to about 380, between 380 and 400,000. His group of people helped the video reach somewhere around 87,000 views. While when you take a look at what the video done on my Instagram page, about 2,000 views. Now, I have videos on Instagram that has, you know, broken into the millions, but this particular video only done 2,000 views. If I take you over to Facebook, that's a picture of the Classic Records LLC Facebook Reels list under the Classic Records LLC page. That video, that same video, it's touched 1 million. In fact, I splintered that video in two and made another video off of it about another subject. And you see that to the right of it right there. It made about 500,000 some odd views. But the one that he shared, I got 1 million on it on Facebook. So the videos perform differently on different platforms. And on Instagram, he really helped tremendously by sharing that video and using it as a teaching point to his crowd of 380,000. And that made the video get another close to 90,000 views alone. He wouldn't have done that if I hadn't worked every day and posted every day and had my videos uniformed as a brand every day. So when you get on Instagram and you see that red block with that white lettering at the top in the banner, Omega Classic Records, and then you see a subject right in the lower midsection of the video, or you might see dialogue changing in white in red block with white lettering. That's my calling card. That's my branding. Now, I'm sure that with the videos that I have that have reached, you know, millions of views at this point, he's seen more than that one. But that video not only had great subject, but it's the consistency that enables me to be able to be in front of no telling whoever every day. And then you get a guy like Marcus Barney, you know, with a 400,000 person following on Instagram. He's at where I'm working too. And that means so much for him to take my video and use it for a teaching point. More of this is going to happen as I continue to post and as I continue to pound the pavement. But this is the first time that I've had an individual, an influencer of that magnitude, literally use one of my videos as a tool and use it to teach. That means a lot. Shout out to him for that, man. Him 500, thank you so much. I'm going to make sure that I send you this video for you to watch. It'll be on YouTube. hopefully when you slow down, you'll get the chance to watch it and you'll check it out. And I don't care if you comment or not. I just would like for you to see it, because a guy that's working to get on your level in the social media realm, that means a lot for you to take a video out of my catalog and share it and use it as a teachable moment to close to 500,000 followers on Instagram. That means a lot. Shout out to him 500. If you guys want to check him out, please do at him HIM 500 on Instagram. He has a lot of information that he gives you. He shows you how to utilize your credit cards in a fashion where you can earn money from the credit cards that you have. He shows you just a lot of stuff. I'm not sure if real estate is one of his fortes, but definitely credit cards. And he has a lot of stuff that he teaches financially. He's an EYLU affiliate, so that speaks for itself. And check out the EYLU, Richard and Troy. I've been watching them for probably about the last maybe 2 to 3 years, and I've learned a lot from them guys. Them guys are a tremendous, important factor in finance in our Black community, and not to mention just being Black and being online as a content creator. You gotta have that. You guys don't understand, how much that translates into gold. That's so important, because there's not enough Black creators. So, and we're emerging. We're beginning to surface, and it just is so important for more Black creators to get involved and to get into this and to do it and to understand that you can make a living off of it, and share yourself, share your attributes, share what you have, the real you, and contribute to other people and influence other people, and just give to the community, to the creative community abroad. So Black content creators, we move culture, already as a whole. So Black content creators is only, it's only right. It's the thing that you would expect us to move into. I heard a guy say we took the name Karen and just demolished it as a Black community. He's so right. We took Karen and we put a stain on that name forever. That just speaks to the power of Black social media and Black participants online. We can take a person's name and just tear that motherfucker up. Now, when you hear Karen, wherever you go, you think about a racist white lady. Even Black ladies that are named Karen are like, damn. Now, that just speaks to the power of what we wield on social media, being Black. Keep that in mind, and don't be afraid to be a content creator. So thank you so much to him 500. That's just awesome. Rolling into the next situation, coming out of what we were just talking about, news about PnB Rock. I wanted to give y'all an update. PnB Rock, if you haven't watched any of the shows previously, PnB Rock was an artist who was murdered at a Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles out in California. He was at the dinner table with his girlfriend, whom of which he does have a child with, and she posted them having dinner on social media, and he was minutes later approached by a gentleman who literally came into the restaurant and stood over the table and threatened to take his jewelry, his chain, and he refused to give it up. So he was shot multiple times on the spot in the chest. I wanted to give you an update on his situation. They did find the shooter. The shooter was a young 17-year-old kid who was driven up to the Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles by his father to do the deed. And his mother was the one who discovered online that PnB Rock was at the chicken spot. So it was a family affair. And all three relatives have been arrested. And one, which is 17-year-old, that pulled the trigger, is getting charged with murder. I'm sure he's going to be tried as an adult. And the mother and father are charged with a murder charge of some kind as well. I forgot how California law worded their charges. But yes, it was a family affair, and mother, father, and son are in jail right now. So normally I don't do this, but I got to applaud that. I applaud that because, man, we all we have, and we constantly neglect to recognize that you kill this man over a chain in a robbery. Listen, I've never liked a thief, but I haven't knocked a thief either throughout my lifetime. I'm a hustler. I was a hustler by trade since I was 19 years old. I've sold all kinds of things, from electronics to mainly narcotics. I was in a pit of some of the worst hustlers for years. Guys that had no morality, and amongst them were thieves. Now, I wasn't a thief. I never was a thief. But I never knocked a thief for his thievery. Some people steal. They have their own reasons. But who am I to judge? But when you kill somebody, it's a different ball game when you take a life. And when you're talking about in terms of in the middle of a robbery, I mean, man, nothing that you could have took from the man was worth his life. Everything you took from him is replaceable. Everything you took from him can be liquidated. It can be sold. It can be traded, bartered. But his life, I mean, you took something that only God can give. For that, I don't have respect. For that, you get what you get coming. So if they want to give the little 17-year-old dude the electric chair, I mean, you're just going to have to fry, my nigga. You're going to have to strap yourself in for the ride. This is the fate that you've placed upon yourself, your mother, and your father. So I don't have any heart. I don't have any sympathy for that, you know? Like, it's just terrible. It's terrible. So during the in the midst of the PnB Rock situation, PnB Rock's girlfriend that was on site with him actually comes out and speaks for the first time. And it was the first time that she has spoke throughout the whole situation. And hey man, it was just hard to read. Just keeping it real, man. It was hard to read, man. I'm gonna see if I can see a little bit of it. Yeah, it was just hard to read, dude. It's tough. Let's see. Sorry about that, y'all. I meant to have this one up and ready, but I knew that I didn't have it ready. I kind of was fighting myself a little bit about having it at the ready, honestly, because it was kind of a tough read, just being honest about it. Um, she wrote it so well, and she credits PnB Rock for saving her life, and I guess he pushes her under the table or something like that. All right, so I'm not finding it fast as I want to find it, but I'm gonna try one more time. Hold on, give me one more. Give me one more time. One more time. Boom, 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 boom. One more time. Roll. All right, hold on. Yeah, I'm struggling to find it. All right, hold on. Give me one more chance. Just one more chance. Big baby, give me. All right, hold on. Rock girlfriend. Yeah, and usually I do have all this stuff ready. Um, yes. So her name is Stephanie. Uh, Spanog. It's a name that looks honestly like it's probably of um, like Dutch descent. I could be wrong. But Stephanie S. She says, I am 100% not okay. My man saved my life, throwing me under the table. I'm not supposed to be here, but because of him, I am. He was more than an artist to many. Rakim Allen was a great friend. He was also a wonderful father of two beautiful little girls. To witness what I saw and to keep seeing it in my head, to being forced out of the restaurant, to not be able to go in the ambulance or the hospital while all this is going on, and to be the last person in the world to know my man didn't make it after having the faith and confidence that he was. Man, he was loyal, he was patient, he was teachable, and a teacher. My last day with you, I told you, I know you're my husband. I know you're my soulmate. Even if it was for a little bit, at least we got to experience what having a soulmate is. And for that, I'm grateful. So I didn't want to read the whole thing because she wrote a pretty hefty portion. And a lot of it is it's a tough read. I wasn't a PnB Rock fan, but I mean, we talking about a black man. So, and he was killed by another black man for nothing. So if that don't move you, then you must not have no soul. So I couldn't read that entire piece. Like I don't want to read that on camera, but it's a beautiful thing she wrote, being a young girl like she is, and um, it's just sad, you know. So my prayers go out to PnB Rock and his family. My prayers go out to her. The case is, as you can say, you know, closed at this point. Thank goodness they found the people. Thank goodness that, you know, the folks are off the street. Um, You had a mother and father and son team of killers. And they were waiting on social media for a target they could pounce on, and they found it, and they done it. How much is the chain worth to them now? What can you do with the chain now? Will it save you? Can you pay your bond? Can you pay your attorney fees? Will the chain stand in the way of you getting life in prison? No. No. That chain to them is essentially worth toilet paper or less. So congratulations to the family of murderers who murdered PnB Rock. You guys won the ultimate prize. Yes, a family of shitbags. So, but that's the PnB Rock update. Sorry about that. So I don't know if you guys have been keeping up, but I like to constantly keep you up to date with hip hop news. As you know, that's how we do here. The latest in the news, Nicki Minaj and Lotto. Have you guys heard about that? If you have heard about that, put something in the comments to let me know about it. Nicki Minaj, of course, you know who she is. She's, been in the game for a little while now. Young Money affiliate. Nicki. If you don't know Lotto, her entire name, Big Lotto, aka Mulatto. Lotto is an artist that's up and coming. She actually finds her way into the music business through a TV show called The Rap Game, which is a TV show launched by Jermaine Dupri in Atlanta. I actually have studied Lotto from the beginnings of her career up to now. She is a contestant on The Rap Game. I knew from watching the first episode that she more than likely was going to be the winner. And I knew that she had great skills. What you see Lotto as right now, which is more of a sexualized upsell as a female artist, that is not her full potential. This girl is an MC. You have to go watch The Rap Game to see her linguistics, her true linguistics. She's a lyricist. The shit you hear now, the little thought songs, and it's all for the trends. It's all to fit inside of the top 10 categories. So, but she's an artist. She's an MC. All right. So Lotto has come out over the last couple years of being a more higher profile as her profile has built in music. She's come out to say that Nicki has been somebody that was someone that she looked up to, someone that she kind of not patterned herself after, but she was an inspiration to her. And Nicki Minaj has gotten into a situation where she feels that Lotto has it's dealing with what award ceremony is that? I believe it's dealing with the Grammys. Yeah, it's dealing with the Grammys, and I guess Nicki's song was taken out of the rap category and put into a pop category. And Nicki made a comment saying that, well, hey, if you're going to take my latest song out of the rap categories, then you need to take Big Energy out too. Big Energy is Lotto's single that she was nominated for in a rap category. So they began trading shots in the aftermath of a report that Minaj's hit single Super Freaky Girl would not be considered for any rap categories at the 2023 Grammy Awards. In contrast, It is currently being rumored that Lotto's hit song Big Energy has been submitted for consideration in at least one Grammy rap category. This standard seemed to bring light to additional tension between the two artists. Minaj began voicing her displeasure, saying, I have no problem being moved out of the rap category as long as we are all being treated fairly. If SFG has to be moved out of rap, then so does Big Energy. Anyone who says different is simply a Nicki hater or a troll. I'd actually love to see a more street record win, male or female. I'm just saying, right is right. Minaj then tweeted a fan that posted a screenshot of Lotto calling Big Energy a pop song. So Lotto goes off and calls her own song that's in the submissions for the rap categories of this year's Grammys as a pop song. The user also added a clip of Lotto rapping that she's in her pop bag. Nicki responded by saying, yikes. So I guess that the thing here is that you got a girl who basically doesn't understand how she is a veteran in this situation. And I'm not going to say that she's outwardly attacking a new artist or an up-and-comer, but it's only a couple ways you can take it. And when I look at Nicki's just checkered history, I mean, she's went at Cardi when Cardi came out. You know, Nicki done went at all kind of people, you know, and attacking all kind of people. And I'm just like, you know, I mean, Nicki been attacking folks like since Lil' Kim when Nicki came into the game. The thing that really annoys me about Nicki is that she's got flow. She can rhyme like hell. She's dope. So why not just rap your way through this shit? Like, why, you know, attack or, you know, attempt to, you know, have social media battles? And their situation that went all the way to the point of where Nicki then said to Lotto, look, you got a 40-year-old body. You 20 years old. I thought you was 40. You got a 40-year-old body. I mean, man, it's just trash. Nicki is damn near trash at this point, to me. I mean, to have all of those tools, and the biggest tool of all, to be an MC, a dope, a female MC, like femme fatale for real, and this is what you got? You attacking up-and-comers? Like, I understand the whole categorical thing, you know, with this song should be put here. My song is being put there. So I get that. I understand that. But, I mean, come on, man. You know, like, I mean, I don't know, man. I guess I just come from where, you know, you worry about yourself and you worry about your own business, you know? Like, Nicki is just, I mean, she's supposed to age like fine wine through this, but man, she's just constantly been just in the down spiral of all of this shit. You know, social media, music abroad. You know, you got a boyfriend that he done got locked up on some child molestation charges. Her brother had been locked up on some child molestation charges. They both the dudes, her brother and her dude, locked up for some sexual, you know what I'm saying? Some child molest pedophile shit. You know, like, I mean, if I'm her, I'm trying to walk light. I'm trying not to bring as much negative attention to myself as possible. You got your family and your husband or fiance, you know, on some pedophile shit in jail. And you bickering and you know, gunning at up-and-comers about dumb shit. Like, I feel like she could rap her way out of all of this because she's that dope. Like, Nicki is cold. but she prefers to use her platform in a different way. So, yeah, this situation is sad ultimately because when we look at hip hop as a whole, it already lacks a lot of unity. But when we talking about female MCs, it's a lot of unity missing amongst female MCs. And it's been like that for quite some time. For a while. You had to go back to when it was like Queen Latifah in her early days and artists like what's my girl's name? MC Light. And you had to go back to them to see when females was really like standing together, you know, on the forefront, shoulder to shoulder. You know, you have to go back to them to really see unity amongst the female rappers. And it's already hard for them in rap as it is, being a male predominant game. We know that. So this is the last thing that they need is some shit like this, you know? And I tell you, whenever it comes to just, you know, the Black experience, one thing that's always been consistent, man, is divide and conquer, boy. That shit has always sure to come like night and day. It's terrible, man. So I don't really know what to say about this. I hope that both girls get the categories they want. And if they don't, I hope both girls win in whatever respective categories. But I mean, at the end of the day, you know, like support each other. And Lotto, you know, she said a lot in return to Nicki that was like, damn, you know, I looked up to you. You know, Nicki was taking shots at her and she was like, you know, Nicki, I don't have it in front of me, but she was like, Nicki, I stood in line for Pink Friday, you know, to buy that album at the record store. Like, I stood in line to buy your shit. And I seen the 13-year-old Lotto. So I know, you know, what that looks like. If you ain't watched the Rap Game, all you know is Lotto right now. You know, I had to adjust when she came out now. Like, she's shaking ass and sexualized. She was a little girl when I first seen her. So I kind of had to adjust, like, damn, you know, she grown now. Like, she grown, you know, because I can't, how I function, I can't just, after I done seen you as a kid, it's hard for me to unsee that, you know? And that goes for the kids around me that I've influenced, that I've, you know, that I've raised in some form or fashion, or that I've been, you know, whatever to even people, you know, online in the game. Like, when I seen Lotto and she dropped and she ass and titties and all that, and I'm like, damn, she was 13 years old. My mind just automatically goes to the Rap Game. And then as time went by and the more songs and videos, I began to adjust to, okay, this is Lotto now, you know, and she's she's leaning into the pocket of, you know, that top 10, you know, rapper, you know, echelon. So, but she was a kid that was buying your CD, Nicki. Like, and you body shaming and shit. Like, she's a Black woman. Y'all both Black. You got to do better than that. You got to find a way to do better. And Nicki just been on a big time fall off, man. She's a big snowball. You seen them movies where just a snowball get to rolling down the hill and it get bigger and bigger. That's Nicki. I don't see that snowball at no point in time going up a hill. I'm just saying. I think, and for somebody that raps like that, it's like, how? Like, you know, rapping is your biggest weapon. KRS-One calls this a gun. All right. And he has it's an acronym. And I can't think of it. And I can't think of it because it's just off the top of my head. But he calls this a gun. And it's your greatest weapon. So why not use it the right way? So let's go to the comments. I'm trying to go to the comments more often, y'all. Asher P. What up, AP? AP is my boy. AP, you know I'm gonna ask you every time, post that address into the thread. My man AP is one of the premier barbers here in Indianapolis, and his new shop is on Washington Street. That formerly used to be the location of the Twins Barbershop. I know a lot of y'all out there know the Twins Barbershop. That's where AP's Barbershop is now. But post that address for me, AP, because every time I see you, I hope you don't get tired of me, but every time I see you on here, that's why I call you on here, so I can always take a second to say, go check out my boy. I ain't even went to go check him out. I need to go over there and check him out myself so he can trim me on up. Well, shout out to AP. That's my man. Love you to death, pimp. D-Mac, I remember her on the rap gang. Yeah, man. Yeah, she was killing dudes on there. She had the brothers, the little brothers on there scared. They were scared. Like, she was a monster on there, killing. And every challenge, she was killing. 13-year-old Lotto. I said, man, that girl gonna be cold. And she had her daddy. Her daddy was the one that was managing and doing all of that, and so yeah, she cold. Corey Ross, though, MC Light, hardest female rapper all times. I agree. MC Light is, man, she's great. Corey, give me some names of some other female rappers from that time. It's one that got like a European accent. I want to say it's what's her name? Is it ain't Michelle nothing. It's Monet. Give me some name. I'm looking for her too, because she was cold. Her and Queen Latifah did some stuff together. But yeah, MC Light was cold. And from the Thomases, good afternoon, Omega. Pops and I just wanted to say congratulations on all that you have achieved. I love y'all. Thank y'all so much. That's my parents. Anybody on here watching, thank y'all, and don't mess with my parents, because you're messing with, trouble. Thank y'all so much. I love y'all. They're very supportive. They always are on here showing me love and support, and that's part of a driving force. So I love y'all so much. But yeah, man. So hopefully these girls are able to squash all that and to, just like, come on, man, support each other. We have such a problem being Black and supporting each other. It's so hard to do. Why? I look at the Hispanic community, and it's like they thrive from self-support. Wherever they go, it's like Hispanic communities in every city and town. They got their own stores, they own mechanic shops, they own restaurants, they own everything, and they just thrive. Like, why is it so hard for us? Because of the slave history. Like, man, come on, man. So, but yeah, good luck to both these girls. I hope it turns around for them, and they both win a Grammy. Like, win a Grammy, no matter the catalog. Period. All right. More Grammy news, but I'm gonna take a quick break, and we will be right back here shortly. All right.
Cast of Amontillado, they buried me, left me for dead inside the walls that's hollow. Now follow, they didn't take into account my year, make, and model. My God-like design of an apostle. I rise like a phoenix, and I got you. Rob is the phenomenal, impossible, insolvable, unstoppable, prodigal, calling audible, still improbable. I got these suckers mad, flaring at the nostrils, non-volatile, but you can order from me. I serve you how you want your order to be, motherfucker. Fully optional, I'm conjugal with the beat, the greatest that that you never heard or seen. Cocksucker, sharp to the T, sharper than razor blades be. With a chick on my side, sharper than Sonya Blade and Chun-Li. I hit the lotto, so what's my motto? I get the 7 digits from your mother for $1 tomorrow. Sight, this ain't no 8 Mile shit, but you can get split like coconuts in Hindu rituals. Flagrantly habitual, these niggas is criminal. I get cynical when discussing them, cause they skills is loving the feeling when I'm on stage, engaged to rock the mic. I ain't new to this shit took time, not overnight. Hella times at night I got no sleep, but still I write. My pen gotta be line for line through my plight. Cold as ice, unmeasurable might like a mic. Mama said you fall, come back twice as hard, alright? Yeah, she always laid out the facts for me. Now what I want you to do is clap for me. Clap for me. Hitting you hard like big, ready to die shit. Everyday struggle, but still I win, sky's the limit. I'm back like Pac after the 5 shots. What didn't kill me made me weaker, nigga? I think not. Man, I laugh at you motherfuckers. Open season, this is class in this motherfucker. Break out your pen and pad in this motherfucker. I'm the professor, here's the math in this motherfucker. Night or day, I practice to keep the blicky with me. Cause niggas iffy, low down, dirty, grimy, and shifty. My onyx logic embedded in code in my mind's M1 chip compatible memory. Are you hearing me? Naturally, I'm programmed to defeat foes. Love women and curse hoes and roll with the punches life throws. It's ice cold on the boulevard, but my wits and my gifts from God make me loving the feeling when I'm on stage, engaged to rock the mic. I ain't new to this shit took time, not overnight. Hella times at night I got no sleep, but still I write. My pen gotta be line for line through my plight. Cold as ice, unmeasurable might like a mic. Mama said you fall, come back twice as hard, alright? Yeah, she always laid out the facts for me. Now what I want you to do is clap for me. Clap for me. I flow greater than your navigator. I rhyme harder than your Dodge Charger. Candy paint 26s and all. Harder than Steven Seagal and above the law. Harder than Jordan with the flu game in Utah. Harder than Snoop Dogg murder was the case. Harder than DJ Screw tapes from the Texas state. Harder than Red and Memphis going to How High with the Wake and Bake. Harder than Suge Knight slap vanilla ice in the face. Hitting you hard like big, ready to die shit. Everyday struggle, but still I win, sky's the limit. I'm back like Pac after the 5 shots. What didn't kill me made me weaker, nigga? I think not.
Yeah, man.
Yo, yo, yo. All right. So let me go over to the comments. Female rappers in 1970. Look at Corey. Female rappers in 1979. Lady B, 1980. Queen Lisa Lee, 84. Sha Rock, 84. Lady Crush, Pebbly Pooh, Sweet Tea, JJ Fad, Supersonic. Cassadine. Okay. I'm looking for it's Moni Love. Moni Love. She's the one that has like a an English accent. Yeah, it's Moni Love. I really like her a lot. She's now like Moni Love she's like hosting or DJing or something like that. From the Thomases, good afternoon, Omega Pops, and I wanted to say congratulations on all that you have and will achieve for the rest of your life because you are blessed. Yes, ma'am. We are so proud of you. Thank you. I'm blessed because of what you guys have taught me and armed me with. And there's no way I can pay y'all back. But my plan is to show you that I understand y'all are appreciated. And the song we just heard was amazing. That is a song called I Like It, which will be coming soon. It's one of the singles that I look forward to releasing. So it will be coming very soon. All right. I love that song too. It's a really, really dope song. Okay. So back to the Grammy situation, because we got another situation emerging. This one is dealing with Drake and The Weeknd. And I guess that these guys are boycotting right now. Yeah, they're in the middle of a boycott. And if you don't know the history of the Grammys, that's been the MO with just black artists in the Grammys. Man, the Grammys been getting boycotted since, man, Will Smith and the Fresh Prince. They was among the first to boycott the Grammys because the Grammys, just to go back with a little bit of history, rap was not a serious art form. So therefore, it didn't translate in the Grammys community. So the Grammys did not have a rap category. So back in the day, like in the 80s time frame, sometime around whenever Will Smith and them, was popping. This is before, the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and he was an MC, before his transition into being a television personality. He was boycotting the Grammys then. Him and a whole bunch of other hip hop artists. Fast forward into like the late 90s, early 2000s, Jay-Z was boycotting the Grammys. Get a lot of people to boycott the Grammys, man, because it's another whitewashed event, and if white people get offended by that, what you're doing is you're kind of showing a closet racist factor. You have to realize, because nobody is saying these things to purposely be a saboteur to your culture, to be, a counter racist. It's just history. Like when you go back and you start from, the beginnings of culture, of musical culture, you pick it, whatever industry, blacks were not allowed in it. And when we were creating our own culture, guess what? We wasn't allowed to have that. And white folks would come and rob and pillage and steal from that. You wouldn't have Elvis Presley if it wasn't for niggas. Period. So that's just the fact of the matter. So nobody is, trying to disenfranchise you, or nobody is trying to be, racist. I mean, it's just, the Grammys did not have a rap category because it was considered tomfoolery rap. Rap was considered something that wasn't going to last. A bunch of black kids from underprivileged areas and poor backgrounds that wasn't going to be nothing, and they wasn't going to do nothing. So why are we going to have a section in our prestigious event for this group of people? So that was their perspective. And they were getting boycotted then, and they're getting boycotted now. Again. So, for yet another year, both Drake and The Weeknd remain adamant in their refusal to submit music for Grammy Award consideration. If you don't know how the Grammys works, you have to submit your music to them for it to be considered to be put into a category for an award. All right. So you don't just release music and then they come and find you and they like, yeah, your song is song of the year. You got to submit the music and submit the however that plays out for you. Like if it was a song that garnered heavy fanfare or heavy play or it was a song that, you know, charted well, then you submit it to the Grammys and you sit back at the Grammys and hope to win an award. So that's how that works. According to Pitchfork, published on Friday, October 14th, Drake and The Weeknd's most recent solo musical offerings were noticeably absent from the voting ballots as the Recording Academy opened up its first round of the nomination process of the 65th Annual Grammy Awards on October 13th, this past Thursday. Despite both Toronto-bred megastars having been featured on plenty of songs that are included on this year's Grammys ballot, neither Drake's Honestly Nevermind album nor The Weeknd's Dawn FM were seemingly submitted for Grammy Award consideration. The same can be said for any singles from respective projects such as Drizzy's Jimmy Cooks featuring 21 Savage. The latest submissions from Drake and The Weeknd regarding the recording industry's most prestigious award follows a history of beef both respected artists have had with the Recording Academy, the organization which annually hosts the Grammys. Drake refused to submit his More Life in 2017. And that album was to be considered for the coveted Golden Gramophone Trophy after not showing up at the Grammys at all. So in 2017, Drake didn't even show up. And his album, or whatever it is, More Life, the album, or it's an album, was submitted in 2017, and he didn't even come. And that was due to his opinion that the Grammys no longer reflected the preferences of younger audiences. So Drake felt like, y'all don't care about my fans and what they think, so why should I show up? That was 2017. In 2019, Drake was cut off mid-acceptance speech for downplaying the Grammy's significance while accepting the award Best Rap Song he earned for God's Plan. You know God's Plan. And in the wake of that incident, Drake took it upon himself to remove his 2021 album, Certified Lover Boy, from any and all Grammy Award nominations. The Weeknd, he began his Recording Academy boycott in 2021 after not receiving a single nomination. So if you remember last year, like The Weeknd was everywhere. I think he even did the Super Bowl last year, if I ain't mistaken. Is it last year or is it 2020? One of the Super Bowls. That was the Weeknd was out there with the whole red suit and the whole red everything. That was his thing. And that was he had the front album where he was bloody and beat up and whatever that meant, because I don't listen to The Weeknd. I don't really know nothing about him. But that was his thing, and he was all bloodied and beat up, and he was wearing that suit. In fact, I remember there was an interview during that year where it was coming to a close, and he had a great year with that album. He was like, yeah, I'm tired of wearing this red suit. I remember that. I can't tell you who published that or what article it came from, but I remember that because I just read so much of this stuff, and I remember seeing that. I'm like, yeah, nigga, I bet you are, because that nigga wore that red suit for the Super Bowl. It's on the album cover. These performances, he wore that red suit over and over and over again. I hope he had a few of them. So his feud starts in 2021. So, what can I say? it is what it is. It's, a whitewash event that niggas have found another problem with. Until the powers that be make the playing field level, you're gonna have this problem. What can I say? The Grammys, the Oscars, they were both events where you couldn't be present, you couldn't accept no awards, you couldn't be in the building. You weren't allowed to even walk in the front doors of the establishment of where these ceremonies were being hosted. So you fast forward to today, and yeah, same thing practically. Same thing. So shout outs to them brothers, man. Give them an applause, because that says a lot to say, you know what? Y'all want to treat me this way, or y'all don't want to respect, my fanfare, or y'all, are doing things in a format where, because I am who I am and I look like how I look, well, fuck you. So that's fine. The Grammy Award, what it really does is, at the end of the day, it solidifies an artist on a marketing level. You have this accolade attached to you where you can utilize it to push your artist profile into greater business opportunities. So just like when you watch a movie and you see Kevin Costner, in the trailer, and it'll say Oscar Award winner Kevin Costner stars in. So that's what this is. This is an accolade that attaches to your name and your brand, and it pushes you forward into greater opportunities and into bigger situations. But here's the thing. Hip hop is already everywhere. You can't turn on TV and get away from it. I was watching what is it? It's an H&R Block commercial, and it's a dude on the H&R Block commercial breakdancing and shit. Like, breakdancing has nothing to do with taxes, man. But yet they got a nigga on H&R Block commercial breakdancing and spinning on his head. Why is that? You have to ask yourself. So they can get more black folks to come into the H&R Block. More black folks to go get their taxes done at H&R Block. Because we saw on TV this nigga that was breakdancing, spinning on his head with the H&R Block with his phone. He literally spins on his head and he stops and he holds his phone up while he's still on his head, H&R Block on the phone. So, this is advertisement. This is when advertisement meets hip hop culture. So because I don't have your awards or accolades in some of these categories, that's not going to stop me from making a living. It's not going to stop people from gravitating toward my content, my music, my whatever my output is. So kudos to them brothers, and please continue to reject whatever deposits that they unfairly place upon y'all. Please. Because at the end of the day, what they talking about doesn't matter. It just doesn't. So shout outs to Drake and The Weeknd for standing on their own too with that. Applause. Big thing to say, no, I ain't going. Big thing. So I got something special for y'all. All right. And I got a special brother that I'm going to be bringing to y'all today. You already know who he is. His name is Jerome Murphy. And this is your host for sports. And here moving forward, this is how we introduce him. Check this out.
Slow roller, but Martinez doesn't run well. Jeter up with it. Starts spreading the news. New York, New York.
Here's the windup. Fastball hit deep to right. Another standing ovation for Roger Maris. One of the greatest sights I've ever seen here at Yankee Stadium.
Oh, and I mean, she didn't tell me what it was. I mean, covering every sport, and there's jerseys I heard. And,
You on the football field?
Yes.
Standing on the 50-yard line. You on the baseball field, standing on the home plate.
Okay, I didn't splash up. I'm going with.
Huh?
I'm going to need a little touch up here.
Okay. Hand that on over to me. Let's get you touched up.
Touch me up here.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jerome Murphy.
We on?
Yes, sir.
Oh my God. It was a sneak attack of the sports fan. Hey, everybody in the sports media, in the sports world, I want to tell you, we are in the best time. If you're a sports fan, OMG, you can't ask for anything better than this. Right now, we got baseball heating up in the playoffs. And, whoever you like, because it's regional, but, we have our Yankees in the East. Go Yankees. We play tonight against the Cleveland Guardians. If we beat them, we go to the next level of the divisional playoffs. All the good guys got knocked off this weekend. The Dodgers are gone. The champions are gone. Atlanta got wiped out this weekend. There are no champions. So, yeah. So everybody's looking at the San Diego, the Padres. The Padres are nobody. These guys have been surprising. They've come out of nowhere. They come up, So we have game 4 tonight. If the Yankees win tonight, we go on to the ALDS.
Okay.
We're shocked that the Mets actually lost. The Mets had the division. They choked it up and had it all the way up to the very end. And then the Braves caught them, choked them out, sent them home. The Mets are sitting at home going, what the heck happened? Why did we not win? Yeah. But that's baseball. So tonight you have a provincial championship going. And then we have football. Football has just opened up. We have pretenders. We have guys who are for real, and we have some that are pretenders. I'm sorry for you guys in Green Bay. What the heck happened to you? What the heck happened? Green Bay had Aaron Rodgers, one of the best quarterbacks, one of the top tier, and he went down. He lost to a New York team. New York is happy right now. We had the Buffalo Bills win. Ding, ding. Ding, ding. We had the New York Giants win. Ding, ding. New York is reveling in it. If you're in New York right now, as a matter of fact, I'll be flying out to New York tomorrow morning and stuff. I'm going home to the hometown.
Yeah.
I'm going home. For those who know, I was born and raised in New York, born in Brooklyn, raised in New York. Right now I'm representing Classic Records. If you know me, if you get this podcast, I will hopefully have a Classic Records t-shirt that I can walk out there and sport it out, because we're going to be in the Bronx. We ain't going to be too far from Yankee Stadium for the game. There's a game tonight. If they win tonight, we move on. If we lose, we go home. So we need this game tonight for the Yankees. But we have weather going on, so we don't even know if we're going to be able to get the game in. Weather is messing with the game tonight. But now, we see a lot of stuff going on in the sports field. Tomorrow, starts the NBA. You fans,
Oh yeah.
let's give a hand to the round ball fans. The guys that love the NBA. NBA. Yeah. NBA starts tomorrow. So what we got on the platter right now, we have the buffet is full. We have playoff baseball. We have NBA starting up. We have hockey starting up. We have auto racing going to their playoffs. So the auto racing, if you're a gearhead and you like racing, we got that going on. I keep my sports on American soil. I'm sorry. I'm American. I love American teams. I'm proud to be an American, although what they done to us and our people, but I'm still proud to be an American.
Yeah.
And I say that sports is the last reality TV. I mean, you can script anything you want on TV, but guess what? You can't script sports because we don't know what sports is going to do. Yeah. You know, we win some, but look, momentum takes over. And I know my big Mama Shirley's happy. Our Colts pulled one out last night. Oh, my Mama T. I know we were so happy. Yeah. Mama T, your son calls in the JV squad. But guess what? The JV squad came back and got back in Jacksonville because they got us at the beginning of the year. And then we have the Titans. If you're a Colts fan, we got to root for those ponies. Okay. But I was born and raised in New York City. I was born in Brooklyn, raised in the Bronx. The Bronx. So we need our team from New York City to win it. Our Giants are 5-1. We haven't seen this stat from our New York Giants for a long time. We are playing good old-fashioned smash mouth football. And our Jets are 4-2, which is, yes. Let's give it to the New York teams. Like I said, I will be touching down back in the hometown tomorrow afternoon. And I'm going to tell you something. I'm totally blind. I was born and raised there, but every time I feel the tarmac, every time I put my feet down in New York City, I feel the vibe. I feel the rap vibe. I feel the culture of New York City. It runs through me. Yeah. So I'm going through a thing where I get to go back home tomorrow. I get to go back home with my seeing-eye dog. I wish I had a picture for him. We're going to have a picture put up for you so you can see it. If you see him, yes, because my man, Mr. Parker, he's known on the streets of New York as Mr. Parker. If I tell you his real name, I'd have to kill you. I'd have to kill you. It's incognito in New York. If anybody who knows who lives there, you got to be incognito. You got to. Yeah. But other than that, let's see. So we got. I mean, if you're a sports fan, you can't want and hate for nothing. I mean, you got baseball, you got hockey, you got basketball starting out tomorrow, you got NASCAR, and there's only one undefeated team in the NFL. Only one, and we're 6 weeks in.
Who was that?
The Philadelphia Eagles.
Are they still?
The Eagles are number one, undefeated.
My guys.
Yes.
Too. Yeah.
The town of brotherly love, where when they won the last Super Bowl, they were eating horse dung, they were eating horse poo-poo, they were climbing poles. They had to put oil on the poles to stop people from going and busting lights in Philly.
Wow.
The town of brotherly love is sitting on the top.
They really done that? They really put oil so people
they put oil on the poles to stop them from climbing the poles.
Damn.
Yeah. Philly Files, and we go to Philly fans, Philly fanatics. They are crazy. I mean, you go through the scrutiny of New York. New York is a scrutiny town. They say if you can't make it there, you can't make it. But nowhere. No. But go to Philly. Philly ain't having you. Philly, and I'm gonna have to give a little plug to my man Bryant. My man, what's his name? I forget. Be right.
Be right.
Be. Oh
think he's here today, but
B, I
got
love
it.
you, B. Man, you poor man. You still my brother. No. B, guess what? I'm hoping because everything seems to be coming in later on right now. We sat through some bad weeks of football. You seen the stuff that we seen with the Colts. You seen the stuff that we seen. As a matter of fact, I really think Thursday night football is unwatchable. Don't watch Thursday night football. They got the garbage games. That's Amazon Prime. I don't know what deal they made with the devil. We're seeing ugly ass games that anybody who loves football should not be watching. Should not be watching. I mean, it's been the reverse of the Monday night games. There were a lot of Monday night games were unwatchable. A lot of Monday night games were not good. Guess what? Amazon Prime bought a bad package. They bought bad games. They bought games. Well, hey, they got the money. They can afford it. They can do that. But Amazon Prime, and then, going back, if I can scatter back, going back to the baseball. Here you see the champions, the World Series champions of last year, the Atlanta Braves. Knock, knock, bye-bye, go home. They're sitting home watching the playoffs now. They got beat.
Damn.
They got beat. So what we're doing tonight is we're watching the game with the Yankees and they're playing, and whoever wins that game is going to play the Astros. Now, you remember the Astros, the cheating Astros. They won the game in 2017, because they cheated. They cheated. So whoever wins this game tonight with the Cleveland Guardians, they're not the Indians no more. They became politically correct. They are not Indians.
Such an ugly name.
Yes, the Indians. And I don't know if they're paying to a tribe or anything. Just like I'm glad that the Atlanta Braves, they bowed out. I don't know. You're Braves, you're tomahawking. It's a racist. There's racism. I mean, if you're a sports fan, I understand that, we go by our flags, we go by our monikers, we go by our records. But if we are oppressing a people, if we are keeping the Indians, the Native Americans down, we're taking their logo. This goes to logo and stuff. If we're taking from them, why can't we pay them? Why are they living on reservations? Why are they living in places where there's still no hot water? Where there's still no running water?
Wow.
Why are we dealing with it? Why did we take their land that was originally theirs when we came here? All because we can fly a banner and say we are the Atlanta Braves. Oh. Every time you hear that, that should be paid to the Indian nation. Every time you hear the tomahawk chop, money should be paid to the Indian nation, the Native American nations, because you're taking from these people. You are taking, and I hate to take sports that turns it into, just somebody knocking on the door. I hate to take sports and turn it into a political event, but you're taking from Native Americans whose land was there before we got here, and we can't respect them and restore the money that's there. We put them on reservations and stuff, but we let them use the Braves, Atlanta Braves. Look at the Cleveland. They were Cleveland Indians. Now they're the Cleveland Commanders. And do yourself a favor. Watch the game tonight. Listen to the announcers. The announcers slip up. They know they are Commanders, but they still call it the Indians. I listened to the New York City a broadcast. Susan Coleman and John Sterling. John Sterling is an old guy, but he's an original Yankee fan. We love John Sterling. If you ever have a chance to listen to a Yankee game, listen to John Sterling. He calls a game like the game is supposed to be called. If you're a New York Yankee fan, if you don't know baseball, if you don't know John Sterling, but he's been slipping up. He been calling them the Indians. I'm like, dude, they're not the Indians. They are the Commanders. You know?
Yeah.
So we had that going on. We had that going on. But like again, so I'm hoping to go home to New York tomorrow with a Yankee win. And if anybody's with me, give me some applause. Let's have a Yankee win for a man going home. Now, my co-host, the creator of this podcast, he calls them the New York Stanky. That ain't right.
Hey, I respect them.
We won more championships. A lot of people say we bought and paid for them, but doggone it, we are the New York Yankees. That's what we do.
I respect them.
Yeah.
And
we was winning championships back in 1920s, 1930s, you know. I mean, and that was before Steinbrenner. That was before mega contracts where Mr. Aaron Judge, we're going back to Mr. Aaron Judge tonight. Watch him tonight. He plays tonight. He's number 99. Number 99 has not had he had a home run the other night though. But still, he was 08, 09, he was striking out because they don't want to throw, they don't want to pitch to this man. They know if they throw a ball over the plate, this man's going to hit out the park and the Yankees are going to win. He is the MVP. He is the most valuable player. There's only one like him, and he's only one like him in our generation. In football, it's Tom Brady. In baseball, it's Aaron Judge. He's the GOAT. He is the GOAT. There's no one like him. Nobody's ever hit as many home runs clean. And then we're taking on that. No steroids that we know of. This man is hitting the ball out the park in the Bronx, New York, and in every place he goes. He's hitting the ball out the park. He is winning for us. If it wasn't for him, we wouldn't be where we are right now. Tonight is if you're a sports fan, this is the tension that we're talking about. It's all building up. Win and go on and lose. I'll make it. What do you lose? What do you do? You go home. Go home. Lose to go home. So you got a game tonight, ladies and gentlemen. If you're a real sports fan, if you're into the game called life, you know, somebody's got to win. Somebody's got to lose. And that's what sports is based on. That's what it is. It's that, you know, after all the stuff that we go through in this life, and there's a bunch of stuff, we all boil down to this game of life. You have a chance to go ahead and win, and you have a chance to lose. And it's not only that, and I don't want to be that guy where prophesizing family. You win in your family. You know, you win and you go on with some of your family members, and you lose and you leave them alone. And that's the game called sports. That's sports, and that's what you got to look forward to. So let me wrap it up one more time. We got the Yankee game tonight. Anybody who's into just, and you don't even got to be into baseball. You just got to be into reality. Somebody's got to win. Somebody's got to lose. Yeah. That's what it is. I would watch it not even because I like sports or I'm a fan for sports. I just want to know who's going to win, who's going to lose. Yeah. And that transcends us to politics. Will the Democrats win? Will the Democrats lose?
Yeah.
Well, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I like how you put that. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, that was sports with the one and only Mr. Jerome Murphy.
Slow roller, but Martinez doesn't run well. Jeter up with it. Starts spreading the news. New York, New York.
I need to get me right. He's not working.
Hey, this thing is loud.
Here's the windup. Fastball hit deep to right. Ovation for Roger Maris. One of the greatest sights I've ever seen here at Yankee Stadium.
interlude.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Paper, gotta get the paper every day. I'm on a mission going at the paper. Paper, making moves as I cruise, going get this paper. Italian shoes, stylish Jews, screaming, fuck you haters. Paper, gotta get the paper every day. I'm on a mission going at the paper. Paper, making moves as I cruise, going get this paper. Italian shoes, stylish Jews, screaming, fuck you haters. Paper, paper, yeah, that's all I know. Rich and black, help me lace my boots from the go. Matter of fact, let's take it back to 2004. Slinging packs, a pissy crack, out Buick goes. I was a hustler, I'd take 2 zips and make them fold. Forward stab, that was the track, if you must know. I had a sting that made it on cops. In the trailer, pointing the dope out, telling the ops. It was crazy, like any moment your shit could get knocked. Tuesday and Thursday, for real, they circled the block. Came out the door one day, somebody dead on the spot. Stretched out in the street, neighbors standing staring in awe. My first time seeing a dead body, and best believe it was over drugs and money probably. And the block went on, I think it even banged a little harder that day. Goes to show sorrow sells and crime pays around my way. Paper, gotta get the paper every day. I'm on a mission going at the paper. Paper, making moves as I cruise, going get this paper. Italian shoes, stylish Jews, screaming, fuck you haters. Paper, gotta get the paper every day. I'm on a mission going at the paper. Paper, making moves as I cruise, going get this paper. Italian shoes, stylish Jews, screaming, fuck you haters. I'm constantly counting currency, contemplating on conquering the victory. Could it be that I have met defeat, still out on the same block, serving the same goods? Daily mission is cop, feed it back to the hood. Shit, it's gotta be another way about it. It's either keep flipping these bricks or spitting that hot shit. Born an R&B crooner, but who would've known I'd flip it to rap sooner? The streets was calling, my time's limited for bitches and niggas on bullshit. I'm surrounding myself with niggas that bullshit, with full clips and hammers with rubber grips, hollow tips that explode as soon as they meet the surface. An old man told me once that what I do is worthless. I didn't feel him then, but I feel him now. So as I sit back and figure out another way to come up out this wild predicament while counting on my Benjamins, nigga. Paper, gotta get the paper every day. I'm on a mission going at the paper. Paper, paper, gotta get the paper every day. I'm on a mission going at the paper. Paper, paper, gotta get the paper every day. I'm on a mission going at the paper. Paper, 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 paper.
Is
Yo, we are back. that was sports with my man. He's gonna stick around with us for a little bit.
What it do?
I got a couple things I need to tell him about. That I got to tell y'all about. That I'm sure he's gonna have something to say. But the definition of the day, you guys. Before we get into these other stories, publishing agreement. All right. So artists and all of the musical participants or music workers out there. What is a publishing agreement? That is when songwriters sign publishing deals, they sign them for a variety of reasons. All right. And the types of deals that you can sign are multifaceted. A publishing deal can give the writers songs a pipeline of being recorded by a successful artist. So you can have a publishing deal where another artist is recording what you've written, or you can provide them with other avenues to get their compositions out into the world where they might be monetized. So it's all kind of publishing.
Brother, I love you to death, but you just sped through that so damn fast. I could not. Can we do it again? I'm just saying for myself.
Absolutely.
Can we slow them down a little bit?
Absolutely.
It was like, boom, is what I heard.
I'm sorry. Okay.
That's just my opinion. I don't know what our audience think.
Absolutely.
Yeah, let's do that again. What are you saying?
So songwriters sign publishing deals for a variety of reasons.
So tell me, I got a song.
And
I got a publishing deal.
Yep.
I'm signing.
Yep.
Okay. So what do I need?
I'm taking a sip myself. So there's different kinds.
Right. How many kinds are we dealing with?
Now that I don't have an answer for.
So there's already a fix in the system already against me as a songwriter or publisher or musician, or are we just only focused on songwriters? Or the creator of content. Is that what we're doing?
Well, publishing is your written works.
Yes.
Being monetized.
Dated, categorized, insured, recognized.
See, there's the main components to making money off of music, off of a song is the publishing, the masters, and the copyright is a main component, but that is for protection.
What is merchandise coming?
Merchandise is another leg.
Another leg
of revenue.
You did not mention that.
No, they don't have nothing to do with publishing.
Really?
Merchandising is, for instance, what you got on your chest right now.
Right.
So if we wanted to say, we got cross-faded shirts for sale.
Yeah.
Here's what one looks like.
Right.
This is how much they are. But when it comes to your written works, that's when publishing comes into play. The publishing is so important. It's what survives the artist.
The whole thing.
That's right. It's the thing that when you're gone. All right. So for instance,
Prince.
Here's a great example. No, I got a better one for you.
Better than Prince?
Yeah.
But Prince was in the news with the whole thing with the girl who took a picture and the orange Prince.
Well, that ain't publishing. That's dealing with
legal property.
That's dealing with intellectual property. They're all intellectual property because they're intangible.
Yeah.
All right, but and they also are properties that were intellectual properties. They're properties that someone created.
Right. Who created?
That was a creative
of the person, for the person, by the person.
Right, and they're intangibles. Like I can't pick them up like I can pick up this bottle of water.
Yes.
So, but when it comes to publishing, it's how you make your living forever. All right, it's the written
your legacy.
Works.
Your legacy.
It's your legacy.
Yeah.
Here's an example. So recently, I watched the movie about the gospel sisters. What is their name? If you know these gospel sisters, please, 5 of them.
Please
put it in the chat.
Not the 5 blind boys. These are sisters.
They sisters. Damn it, the Clark sisters.
You take me home.
That's right. That's right.
That's
right.
Yes.
So one of the sisters,
really?
Yes, one of the sisters went and sold because she was the writer amongst them, and she wrote a lot of the material for them. So she went and sold
the catalog,
some of the catalog that dealt with songs that she had written, that were where she was the lead.
Yeah.
She sold some of that like years before, like early in their career, and she sold that stuff because she had aspirations to get married, and she wanted to go and start a family with this guy and all of this and that.
And of course, it all fell through.
It did. It does.
It
actually does. So, but she goes off and signs off her publishing, and they're left with a lot of other works, but she sold like some of the good
some
stuff.
Of the heart and the core of the group.
Yeah. So and the mother, which was also the mother is the gospel choir choral leader, and she had been since they were children. She literally teaches them one of them how to play piano and teaches the rest of them how to sing. But she was always upset about that, and that would ultimately be something that some of the sisters felt like was the demise of the mother, because of the stress of this one daughter who sold the publishing and who went off and got married and wanted to leave the group because of this man that she wanted to get married. Then when she left with the man, the man was a shiftless nigga. He didn't work. He didn't work. He didn't get no job. He was sitting up waiting for royalties for her music.
He was living off the land.
He was living off of her.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, her publishing and just how important publishing is. So here I am telling you about a movie of the Clark sisters that just was released in 2021.
Wow.
It's got all their music in it.
Wow.
It's got their life in it, their likeness.
And they control the licensing, and they control the music, or no?
Some of it. But what was sold and publishing?
If they had heard from you, if they had listened to you, they would have owned their own shit. They would have owned their problem.
Well, I'm just saying it today, but if they had listened to their mother, and not sold that stuff,
right,
they would have owned that.
They would have owned it. That shit would have been pure today.
Yep.
Damn.
And here we are, 2021, the Clark sisters movie, and this is what the mother was saying. The mother was telling them that don't ever sell your publishing.
Don't ever sell your rights.
Publishing is your future.
It's your future.
It's your future for retirement and for 401ks. That is in the working world what publishing is in the music world.
Yeah.
That's what's going to pay you forever. It's the long haul money.
It's going to pay your kids. It's going to pay your kid. It's going to pay your grandkids.
That's right. It's the mailbox money.
The mailbox money. You go to the mailbox.
That's how Nipsey Hussle will call it.
Yeah.
So that's what publishing is. It's your written works.
Yeah.
And your written works are they can be structured in different ways in these different agreements. So, for instance, here's another example. You got Puffy, you got Mace they're at odds right now. Mace did a lot of writing for Puffy.
Yes.
So did Jada Kiss from the Lox. So these works that they wrote for Puffy during this time period, these young brothers, they weren't aware of what publishing was. They weren't aware of how they owned these lyrics that they wrote for their boss at the time, that they was just happy to be there. They was just happy to be on the label. They didn't know that, hey, I'm writing for this guy.
Pen to a paper mean make me paper.
And these are hits.
Yes.
Puffy was on the street when we go back into that time period. When we go back to that time period when Biggie's there and then post Biggie. You got Puffy on the street. You got hit after hit after hit.
Wow.
Puffy shaped a lot of hip hop sound because of his utilization of samples during the age of Bad Boy.
Yes.
You got guys like Jada Kiss that'll never see $1 off of. Jada Kiss wrote all about the Benjamins for Puffy. He writes Puffy's verse.
Wow. He won't see a dime or a dollar towards that.
No, sir. They still are
Insanity.
owed money from their own projects.
Wow.
Let alone what works, what publishing works they've done for Puffy.
Right.
Yeah. So this is why
Wow.
publishing is so important to artists. It's your future.
Please God.
It's your
learn
livelihood.
if you don't know, when you take your next breath, take your next publishing breath. Publish your shit. Take it into your soul. It came from you. It came from you. It should come back to you.
Here's when it's okay for you to relinquish your publishing. When you get to a point when you have a massive catalog.
Like Willie Nelson.
Nelson.
Or who else?
What's the guy? Stevie Nicks?
Stevie Nicks
sold her publishing.
Who's the other dude? Okay to get stoned. What's his name? White guy. What's his name?
Okay to get stoned. That's Willie Nelson.
No, he wrote it, but before him,
I feel like I know who you about to say.
The white guy.
Because he's an
icon.
He's not rock and roll. He's
a folk guy. The folk guy. The folk guy. You know what I'm talking about.
He sold with Stevie
Nicks. He sold his catalog.
Yeah.
$300 million.
Yeah, I can't think of his name.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. Yep. I can't think of his name.
The hell, hey, come on, people in the universe, help us.
If you know in the comments, put the guy who sung with Stevie Nicks. Put that in the comments. A-Dog coming out of M-Town. What up, A-Dog?
This man stood alone on his own. What was his name?
I can't think of it.
See, this is what happens when you smoke weed.
Oh, man. That's all right.
Yeah.
That's all right.
It's not Denver.
That's gonna kill me.
John. Is it John? Is it John? Is it he wrote poetry. Come on, people in the atmosphere. He wrote poetry. He was he turned out a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. He's like, I'm not going to that piece of crap.
Did he?
Yes, he was like, I'm above that.
Well, why are we thinking of it and why y'all thinking of it? Other artists like John Legend, who has sold some of his publishing, the R&B guy. Recently, Future sold some of his publishing. These guys' catalog, though, was significantly less than the guy that we're trying to think of. Because yes, he struck a $300
white guy.
He's a white guy.
I mean, from the '60s, we know him.
Yes.
I can't want to say Denver, but I know it ain't Denver. He was in that era.
Yep. But hold on, we got a comment.
Uh-oh.
What's the question? Adrian Williams asked, "What's the question?" What up, cuz? The question is, he's a guy that sold his publishing for $300 million.
$300 million.
He's a white guy. He's not rock and roll. He's
folk. He's a folk guy.
I think he's affiliated with Stevie Nicks.
No.
Who also, because she sells her publishing right after him.
Really?
Yes, she did. They sold their publishing like in the same week.
It's gonna come to me. Give me a second.
Yep. But we can't think of his name. But he sells his publishing for $300 million, and wonderful deal. You know, almost $500 million.
I mean, an icon. He's an icon.
Definitely an icon.
An icon.
Yeah, we just can't think of his name. So if you think of his name, put him in the chat because we don't want to spend too much time.
I think he did Let's Get Stoned. He did God. What's I hear? I'm gonna go, oh my God, that's it. Oh my God.
Nobody gonna answer and tell us.
I think Missy Thomas, one of our hit the
Hopefully she'll figure it out, or Adrian will figure it out, or our street correspondent.
I'm thinking
Corey Rise will figure it out.
It's not John. It's not a John. He was. I mean, he's a big white guy. I think. Why can't I remember him?
I know.
Let's get started. He's not. He sang like that.
I know. We'll get it. We'll figure it out.
But he's not part of my culture, so I really don't. You know. All right. Ask me about Lady Marmalade. Ask me about Patti LaBelle. Ask me about Luther Vandross. Ask me about something. Ask me about Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5. Ask me about, Sugar Hill Gang. Ask me about something I know.
It's Bob Dylan.
Bob Dylan.
Bob Dylan.
That applause to whoever that was. Bob Dylan. It was Dylan.
Yes, it's Bob Dylan.
Applause to whoever that was. Give him applause.
Thank you so much.
Who was it?
That was Melissa Thomas.
TNT.
Yes.
I'm scared of her.
Thank you so much.
I'm scared of her.
Bob Dylan does a $300 million deal.
Yes.
Publishing deal.
Yeah.
So if you're in the midst of making that kind of situation, then that's what your publishing is for. You want to reserve yourself and your publishing so you can get to that kind of point where you can demand that kind of dollar amount.
So I don't understand is why, like, I mean, we sample as rappers, as musicians, as artists. How come we never sample nothing from Bob Dylan? How come we never sample? You know,
that's a good question.
Yeah, I said the music was crappy. I mean, his biggest one was "Let's Get Stoned." You know,
do some investigating.
Yes, we need to see young rappers unite, grab a hold of Bob Dylan, try to grab yourself a club. You know how we do it. You know,
drop some Bob.
Drop some Bob on the knob.
Yeah.
Come on, y'all rappers.
Yeah.
I challenge you. This man got $300-something million on a catalog that's obsolete. It's obsolete. So, you know, I don't know what we got to go through. If you got to go through BDG or as a matter of fact, pay attention to my man right here because he's going to tell you how to negotiate those waters. So if you want to sample from Bob Dylan, I could understand why it took me so long to figure out Bob Dylan because I heard it. It was on the tip of our tongue. That's what that was.
They just wasn't
on the tip of the tongue. On the tip of the tongue. Yeah. I mean, but yeah, young rappers, unite. Let's go to Bob Dylan. Let's see if we can get a snippet. Let's see if we can get a beat. If we can get something, because there's something that stirred these people up, you know, that made them gravitate towards this man. It's a science. And I'm hoping I can talk to the platform, the platform stuff. We can figure out there are things that trigger the mind, that triggerate the music, that, you know, the lyrics, the content, the tempo. There's one more. And that makes people buy music. That makes people, maybe it's a visual, but it makes people want to buy music. It makes people want to be engaged. You know, our music is just like our sports. I'm going back to our sports as a final point. Our music is like our sports. We need tension. It builds up. It builds up. And then, pow, we have resentment, which is a score.
Sir.
Yeah. That's how it ties in. So
yeah, y'all. That's the only time that you you sell your publishing, because I mean that's the only time it makes sense. You know? Yeah. So but publishing agreement consists of all of those different kinds of agreement styles that you have the ability to make that opportunity for your family to have some long-term wealth. All right. So, but yeah, stick around. We'll be right back in 2 seconds. And yeah, I'll be back.
Guys.
Nine times out of 10, these niggas just running their mouth, I don't even wanna hear. 9 times out of 10, these niggas just talking about shit knowing they ain't even did. 9 times out of 10. 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 9 times out of 10, these niggas just running their mouth, I don't even wanna hear. 9 times out of 10, these niggas just talking about shit knowing they ain't even did. 9 times out of 10. 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 If I talk that shit, then I walk that shit. If you see me with it, nigga, then I walk that shit. I blow a whole badge and floss my shit and get it all back if I lost that shit. Cause I know how to grind, I know how to get it, I know how to stack, I know how to flip it. Fucking with them niggas, really in them trenches, really getting them busy, you just getting them misses. Social media gangster, you a catfish, you a wankster. We don't need fuck with your kind. You a joke, you a prankster. Niggas like you ain't doing shit. You just flexed out. Me and my niggas, we just checked up. We just next up. These niggas know what's up. See these niggas in real life, and this shit ain't adding up. 100 racks on blue bands in real time. Niggas, you can add it up. Know that shit, go and get it back. Just let it stack and it'll keep on adding up. If these fuck niggas keep on acting up, we gon' keep on strapping up. 9 times out of 10, these niggas just running their mouth. I don't even wanna hear. 9 times out of 10, these niggas just talking about shit knowing they ain't even did. 9 times out of 10. 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 9 times out of 10, these niggas just running their mouth. I don't even wanna hear. 9 times out of 10, these niggas just talking about shit knowing they ain't even did. 9 times out of 10. 9 times out of 10. 9 times out of 10. 9 times out of 10.
9 times out of 10.
I be smoking on something in the stew, going ham on the Avalon.
9 times out of 10.
Get a little more game when I replay the marathon.
9 times out of 10.
I don't make new friends, just more money in the process.
9 times out of 10.
I don't deal with many, cause niggas will fuck up your progress.
9 times out of 10.
I don't let a chick in, like I ain't home and she knocking.
9 times out of 10.
These niggas pretend they be running their mouth like stockings. I don't even listen to them, pull a hella killer when them type of niggas talking. Rapping about the foreign cars they be in, but I always see them walking. So accustomed to this go-getter lifestyle, don't know how to stop. I know some niggas trained to go janitors, hella dummy with the mops. 9 times out of 10, I just get it in, man, I'm a boss. 9 times out of 10, I be on the freeway, Ricky Ross. 9 times out of 10, these niggas just running their mouth, I don't even wanna hear. 9 times out of 10, these niggas just talking about shit knowing they ain't even did. 9 times out of 10. 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 9 times out of 10, these niggas just running their mouth, I don't even wanna hear. 9 times out of 10, these niggas just talking about shit knowing they ain't even did. 9 times out of 10. 9 times out of 10. 9 times out of 10. 9 times out of 10.
Right here. Yo, 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 yo. We are back. We are back like cooked crack. All right. As bad as that sounds. Yes, yes. We are back. That was my man Deuce McGuire and Deuce Revolver, 9 out of 10. I love those guys. Shout out to CWK Promotions. I'm gonna go to the comments. CWK Promotions just chimed in and he says, I'm late, but I'm here. Hey, Jerome and Omega, both of y'all, my family, love y'all a ton. That's crazy. He tuned in right when we were running his artist, Deuce McGuire. I love that song. And Deuce Revolver. Corey Rosdo, MC Search to sell his portion of Nas's music catalog. If you don't know about MC Search, he owns his company's name is Searchlight Publishing, and he owns a portion of Nas's catalog from Illmatic. So that's what Corey's talking about here. Nas comes into music around 17 years old or something like that, and and he's like this young phenom, and he comes in with the album Illmatic and signs a bad publishing deal with MC Search. MC Search is a former artist who used to be in a group called Third Base. So do your research on that, because he owns Illmatic and has apparently sold some portions of that catalog. It's the craziest shit ever, you know, when you don't have control of your music and other people do, and they're taking it and selling it, and it's trading hands like fucking basketball cards. That's why artists like George Clinton. George Clinton sold a ton of his catalog for like, I don't know, 3 ounces of cocaine, if I'm not mistaken. Just stuff like that, you know, and sold his catalog to the dope man. Yeah, so he could. This was during. If I could pull up. I wish I could go straight to it, but it was during the recording of a certain song, and I can't think of the name of it. It might be Atomic Dog, and he's in there in the booth doing something crazy. He might have been barking or whatever, and he goes and tells somebody when he gets out the booth to call the dope man, and he takes and signs over some publishing to the dope man for like 3-4 ounces of cocaine. True story. It's a true story. It's crazy. It's crazy. Just, you know, it's just something else I've picked up along the way. And he sells a portion of his publishing coming right out of the booth because he wanted some more cocaine to get back to work. And it might have been, I don't think it was Atomic Dog because he's in the recording booth doing Atomic Dog. It's a big song he's in there in the middle of, and he comes out of the booth, sells some publishing to the guy and for some cocaine, and he goes back into recording. Because they were saying George was on the mic and he was so drunk and high that he was already just slurring and that he was doing a lot of crazy stuff on the mic. And then he comes out and asks for more cocaine and literally sells publishing to get the extra cocaine and go back into the booth. True story, man. You can't make this shit up. CWK Promotions talking to Miss Thomas. Yes, CWK, that was 9 times out of 10 by Deuce McGuire and Deuce Revolver. Yeah. So, you guys, did you know that it could be dangerous to be Black or Latin while eating a cheeseburger at McDonald's? Let me show you how dangerous it could be.
$31.61. Hey, can you start me one more? I got a vehicle over here that fled from me the other day. He's in the parking lot.
Yeah, 4. Get you somebody else on it. 3230, go inside that way over there with 3161. It's gonna be off of 11700, blank over to the McDonald's. And 3161, you want him running code?
10-4. License plate. Get out of the car. What? Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired!
For shots fired on 3161, 11100, Blanco Road, code 320. 3160, go ahead, that way, 3101 on the over there, 3201 on the over there, so let's go 3.
Yeah. So, a San Antonio police officer who shot and wounded a 17-year-old kid sitting in a car eating a hamburger has been fired from the police force. Officer James Bernand was fired after shooting Eric Cantu on October the 2nd in a McDonald's parking lot. The police training commander, Alyssa Campos, said in a video statement, released Wednesday. Cantu's attorney, Brian Powers, said the teen was fighting for his life after being hospitalized with multiple gunshot wounds, as you've seen in that video from those shots. Bernand had been responding to an unrelated disturbance at the fast food restaurant when he saw Cantu inside of a car, Campos says. In a body camera video released by authorities, Bernand is heard saying the car fled from him the other day. As the officer attempted to gather information from witnesses, he noticed the vehicle that had evaded him the day before as the officer attempted to stop because the registered license plate did not match the actual vehicle, Campos said in a video statement. Bernand thought the car Cantu was in could have been a stolen vehicle, Campos said. Though information about the vehicle's ownership was not immediately available, the officer abruptly opens the driver's door and ordered the driver out of the car before the arrival of backup officers that Bernand had requested, Campos said. A Texas prosecutor said in a statement Friday that he has not seen enough evidence to file charges against the teenager. While Sunday's shooting of an unarmed teenager by then San Antonio police officer remains under investigation, the facts and evidence we have received so far led us to reject the charges against Eric Cantu for further investigation, Bexar County District Attorney Joe Gonzalez says. Cantu was initially charged with evading police and aggravated assault. That's the kid in the car. Bernand, who had been on the force for less than a year, violated department tactics, training, and procedures after approaching the car. Some officials and civil rights advocates took to social media saying the officer confronted the teen without stating a reason. So, we got a teenager sitting at McDonald's having a cheeseburger, mouth full of fries, surprised and shocked because his door gets just swung open by some dick-neck cop. And he just is ordered to get out the car. So the kid is scared at this point, and he's like, I'm running. And he pulls out, and he takes off. Period. In the midst of throwing the vehicle, as you've seen, from reverse into drive, the car is shot up multiple times. The door was still open for some of those shots, as you've seen in that video. And then there's more fire as the car pulls away. What the cop doesn't take into account and probably doesn't know is that the car has other people in it as well. Thank God they weren't hit. But nonetheless, this is the police state that we live in today. You could be black or Latin and having a fucking hamburger at McDonald's and get shot up with no warning because you're assumed to be involved in something that you may or may not have been involved in. Nonetheless, because this is for the white people out there that are going to say, well, why didn't he just get out the car? Why didn't he just obey the cop? Fuck you. And here's the thing. Police are not to use the element of surprise in traffic stops. Traffic stops have technical performances. There's certain technical things that are to occur in steps to detain, to question, and to stop vehicles in traffic. Because you have a person who's operating a 1 to 2 ton piece of equipment. So that in itself creates a liability to everyone on the road. So they're not to use elements of surprise in those situations. This is not a drug bust. This is not a it's none of those situations where it merited for him to do what he done to that kid. But when you're in this country and your skin tone looks like this, that's what you encounter. you very well may not be able to enjoy your Big Mac in the parking lot of a McDonald's. It's disgusting. Firing him is not enough. He needs to go to jail for attempted murder. They would charge me with attempted murder if I saw a car and I tried to perform a citizen's arrest on this vehicle that I felt like was a part of a robbery or something, a crime that I witnessed, and I tried to stop him. They would charge me with attempted murder. Why? Because I don't have a badge? Because I don't have the training that you guys give this so-called good training that you guys give these cops? What's the difference? Because he's got a radio where he can report to a dispatch that can distribute other police officers to the scene and communicate with each other. I mean, a man can call and dispatch to his friends for help. But what's the difference? They're a gang with badges. And they'll walk up on you while you enjoying a burger and some fries and blow your ass away, man. Just like we just seen. My mother sits me down sometime around I would have to say maybe 6th grade time frame. And this was the talk. So I was one of those black kids that was fortunate to have a parent who was aware. And she sat me down. I actually put this in a song. It's unreleased. And I say on the song, when I was a teen, my mother stressed to me 3 things. You're a target. Now let me explain what I mean. You're young, you're black, and you're a male. You see, most of y'all, they want to see jail or dead. Because the system, how did I say it? Because the system's full of unrest. So I can't think of all the words, but that's how I started the rhyme. And that was her thing. You know, you're young, you're black, and you're a male. And you're in America. So you're in middle school now. You know, 6th grade, I'm 12 years old. I'm wanting to go on dates. I want her to drop me off at house parties. You know, I'm going to sock hops and shit. You remember sock hops in middle school where they had a gymnasium. There's a little party in the gymnasium. You take your shoes off, and you're in the sock hop. I'm going to skating rink lock-ins. I'm starting to flourish in my social life, and it's going beyond school. It's going into the public sector. I'm going to these establishments to meet friends and girls, and now, you know, my mother can't be beside me to look out for me. Now I'm susceptible to all of these hazards that a young black male has waiting for them outside the front doors of their home. So she gave me those 3 things, and she told me to keep them with me. You're young, you're black, and you're a male. And this is how it is when you're young, black, and a male in America. Remember that. Do what they say. Keep your hands on the steering wheel at a 2 and 10? Keep your hands up. You know, in the 50s and the 60s, hands up wasn't enough. They was finding brothers in the 50s and 60s with bullet holes in their palms, bullet holes under their arms. That's representative of a person being shot like this all day in the 70s, 60s, bullet holes all up under here, all in here, because he was shot like this. Man, listen, don't get mad at me. This is just where we from. This is what it is. This is the American way. Just as American as a hamburger from one of the biggest restaurant food chains in the world, McDonald's. And yes, you could be Black or Latino and get yourself killed enjoying that burger in the parking lot. Would that cop have done that to a white person? I doubt it. He probably read the plates. The plates probably had an ethnic name when it came back. So he probably, I'm going to get this little bastard. He ran from me the other day. I remember him. I'm going to just snatch his door open. Tell him to get out the car. And be ready to just kill him. Take his life. What makes that right? What part of the equation makes that right? Don't tell me because he's got on a uniform. Don't tell me because he's got the law on his side. Please keep in mind, white people, that the law was originally created for a certain group of people, for whites. It was created to protect them. When you go back to the history of law in our country, and when it starts to form and shape, listen, the badge that these guys wear, those sheriff badges, the 5 stars, those used to be slave catcher badges. I actually have a picture of it. I just don't have one at the ready. But the badge evolves over time. It used to be a 5-star badge that was a little metal badge, and it had slave catcher in the middle of it. So they was wearing them badges to patrol and catch slaves. And if they caught slaves without paperwork from the not reservation, but plantation they were from, well, they assumed to kill you. If you was a woman, they rape you and then probably kill you. You was a buck, as they would call you, or a male slave, they just kill you. If they was good slave catchers and respected the slave owners and plantations in that area, then they go ahead and capture you, take you back to the slave owner. And he deal with you and he distribute the punishment. This is history. You can't make it up. So today, those same badges, they used to say slave catcher in the middle. Now they say Marion County Sheriff, Nevada Police Department. Now they don't ride on horseback throughout the desert plains and throughout the irrigations. They ride in squad cars, and they pull up on you, and they put the pistol to you. They put the pistol to your door, order you out the car with no warning, no reason. And if you hesitate, they pull the trigger. What do you want me to do? I'm going to just tell you like it is. You know? We'll go to the comments. It's truth and facts. If someone doesn't like it, they can eat a brick sandwich. From CWK Promotions. Omega, I'm glad you're woke and you're trying to help people get woke. With that said, I salute you, my bro. What up, man? CWK Promotions. Make sure that you guys, artists and rappers and musicians, check out CWK Promotions. This is a company that helps many artists achieve their goals in the communities, respective communities that they work in, and just abroad. CWK Promotions has helped me tremendously. They continue to Chris continues to keep me in mind for all opportunities, and I apologize, Chris, that I haven't been able to take on some of those recent opportunities. But we will be out and performing here very, very soon as music is getting ready to be released very shortly. So, yeah, make sure that you guys check out CWK Promotions. But yeah, man, it's really sad. You know, I don't know what to really say. You know, it's our culture, man. It's what we come from. It's who we are. So I don't know. But God bless that little guy. I hope that little guy you know, comes out of that okay, and you know, hopefully that little guy heals up, and you know, he gets through that, because I'm sure his mother's sick, and as my mom would be sick, you know. So but yeah, man. Get that. I keep pulling the wrong stuff. All right. But yeah, man. So it doesn't end there though, you guys, because there's so much garbage going on right now. There's so much stuff happening right now. Excuse me. I was trying to find this stuff. But it doesn't end right there. So as we move over to, I hope they are. Adrian Williams says, I'm sure lawyers are beating at the door. I hope so. I hope so. So we're going to move into something that's been happening in Atlanta. And Atlanta has two comedians that are currently in a lawsuit, and they're filing this lawsuit with aspirations to sue these folks in Atlanta for racially profiling them. So this is something that is new inside of the Atlanta airport. I'm not sure which airport this is in Atlanta, but it's sad because, you know, here we are once again. Comedians Eric Andre and Clayton English are challenging a police program at the Atlanta airport they say violates the constitutional rights of airline passengers, particularly Black passengers. Here we go. Here we motherfucking go. Excuse me, man, because, you know, I look, let me just a footnote. I fly, you know, I flew very frequently, and you know, I know what it's like when you encounter police and the whatchamacallit, who is that you encounter? The customs, is it? I know what that's like. So, and it's terrible. Like it's terrible when you have to deal with them, and you know, yeah, it sucks, man. But so I guess that, you know, these guys are, you know, damn well shitty about it, and they should be. I'm sorry, I was trying to find the picture of them, which I did have ready, because if you don't know who Eric Andre is, he's a super dope comedian. He actually starts his career on Adult Swim. So he begins his career on Adult Swim, and he has this very crazy approach to his comedy. And if you know the Eric Andre show, he's crazy. He opens the show running and jumping, tearing shit up on set, just demolishing stuff. Like the dude is insane, you know. But it's so funny. He's so hilarious. And Eric Andre is somebody who I've really never seen in this light. I've never really seen him. I've never really seen him like this, you know. So it's unfortunate. I could have swore I had this ready. I don't know why that I'm having some technical difficulties because I pride myself on showing you guys this stuff as all this comes, but sometimes it gets just a little bit rough when you're doing the show as well as basically being the show's engineer. It can get a little rough. Not complaining because I'm thankful to be here and thankful to be doing this, but this can definitely get annoying sometimes. Just little things like this, little kinks that I'm working out. But I promise you this, we're going to have them all worked out. Know that for a fact. Oh, I can't find the picture of Eric Andre for whatever reason, which I had prepared and had sitting to the side, but it's gone. So whatever. But yeah, Eric Andre is one half of the Eric Andre show. The other half is Hannibal Buress, the comedian who actually outed Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby had been out for the rapes, but he's the comedian where his comments in his show spotlighted Bill Cosby and kind of set in motion the chain of events that would get Bill Cosby, locked up. But yeah, lawyers for the two men filed a lawsuit Tuesday in federal court in Atlanta, alleging that they were racially profiled and illegally stopped by Clayton County Police at Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport. So it's Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport. The two men, well-known comedians and actors, say officers singled them out during separate stops, roughly 6 months apart, because they are Black, and grilled them about drugs and other passengers watched. As other passengers watched. People were gawking at me, and I looked suspicious when I had done nothing wrong, Eric Andre said in an interview, calling the experience dehumanizing and demoralizing. While the stated purpose of the program is to fight drug trafficking, the lawsuit says drugs are rarely found. Criminal charges seldom result in seized cash and provides a financial windfall for the police department. They hardly are finding anything. Clayton County police officers and investigators from the county district attorney's office selectively stop passengers in the narrow jet bridges used to access airplanes, the lawsuit says. So they're stopping you when you're walking on those tunnels to get on the plane. Like they stopping you inside of there. It's crazy. Like they could have done that at check-in where they got the rooms where they can pull you into the rooms, but they want to do it when you getting onto the plane and walking through the little tunnel, which is more embarrassing. It heightens the embarrassment. The officers take the passengers' boarding passes and identification and interrogate them, sometimes searching their bags before they board their flights, the lawyers say in the lawsuit. The department calls the stops consensual encounters and says they are random, but in reality, the stops rely on coercion, and targets are selected disproportionately based on their race, the lawyers argue. Clayton County Police spokesman Julia Isaacs said the department doesn't comment on pending litigation. Wow. So if you're flying through to go to Atlanta and you got to fly into Hartsfield, Jackson, Atlanta International Airport, think about it, think twice. Because you might be a candidate for them to badger you, harass you, interrogate you, and embarrass you because you black. You just can't make it up. This is the country that we live in. These are the conditions. You know? This is what it is. So, think twice, man, before you fly into Atlanta, because you could be flying into some shit. You could be black in the Atlanta airport on the wrong day. Period. Just like you could be black anywhere else in the country at the wrong time, in the wrong place, like George Floyd. You know, like Philando Castile. So, but yeah, that's our racist news for today. Can somebody clap? Thank you. It's like you can only have so much racist news, you know what I mean, before it starts to kind of, you know, it's like somebody constantly sticking their elbow in your rib, and then you're like, damn it, you know, it's enough. So, all right. So we got some big dummies, you guys. And notice that dummies is plural this week, because normally we do one big dummy. But this is a special episode. This is the 30K, 30,000 subscribers episode, 100,000 subscribers and followers abroad episode. So I wanted to pull out two big dummies, because I found two big dummies. All right. So these are the big dummies of the week. Before I open that up, we'll go to the comments. Adrian Williams says TSA. Yeah, TSA. So I'm trying to tell you, man. They terrible. It's crazy. Now that's crazy. It is. It is. You could be black at the wrong airport. Cheryl Thomas, you know what you have. You know that you have the determination to overcome any adversity. Yes, ma'am. You gave it to me. Thanks to you. So big dummies of the week. This first big dummy that you're looking at right here is the murderer of famous rap star Pop Smoke. This man murdered Pop Smoke. He went into the house. He robbed Pop Smoke. And he's in jail having Pizza Hut. He's got cell phones. Yeah, man. He's living the life. Pizza Hut, cell phones, in jail. Doing good, man. Doing good. So, yeah. Big dummy, man. Big dummy. You know, jail used to be a place when you done what he done, they would really bust your ass in there. You know, they didn't take kindly to you on the outside, you know, molesting or raping kids or doing all that kind of nefarious conduct. You know, you get to jail. There used to be a group of folks, group of brothers waiting for you. They were waiting for you to show up. They knew you was coming. And they were going to have their way with you. Whatever they wanted to deal you, whatever kind of jail justice that they had in mind. But nowadays, as the jail population has changed in age demographic, and as things have just over time changed, these brothers can go to jail and have pizza and have cell phones and everything, which is unfortunate. It's crazy. I mean, this guy killed Pop Smoke, and this doesn't look like a dude who's, you know, paying punishment. Doesn't look like it. Looks like he's doing great. So, I don't know, man. Just, you know, big dummy, man. But you know what? He got more time than what he realizes. So that pizza, you know, it's nothing. It's literally the day. It's for the day, for the hour, you know. And he's not gonna have pizza every day. He stands a chance of getting shanked more often than getting pizza. That's just the fact of it. It's his environment. It's what it's conducive to. That environment is conducive to combat. That environment is conducive to life-threatening situations on a regular basis. And when you're in jail for the kind of crime he committed, yeah, it's coming for you. It's coming. Wait and see. So, big dummy.
You big dummy. You big dummy.
I mean, I don't know what his name is. I just prefer to call him Pop Smoke's Killer. So, Pop Smoke's Killer.
You big dummy. You big dummy. You big dummy.
Dummy. Okay. Congratulations. You're a big dummy of the week. Now, I got a second big dummy for you. That is an even bigger dummy. Big dummy Antonio Brown, ladies and gentlemen. Can I get an applause for big dummy Antonio Brown? Thank you. I didn't mean applause. I meant boos. So that's the kind of applause he deserves. So big dummy Antonio Brown is out in Dubai, and he chooses to expose himself to some people in this hotel that he's staying at. Antonio Brown harassed a woman, white lady, picked her up, threw her in the pool. This all happens at a swimming pool. He exposes himself. He puts his butt in her face. He takes his penis out and shows her his penis. Excuse me. I'm sorry. That's actually him right there. I was going to show it because it's that ridiculous. And if you look, I'm going to point the arrow to the lady who he threw in the pool. She's terrified at this point where she swims away from him. But before that, he had threw her in the pool and put his booty all in her face. So then he pulls his penis out and starts jerking off. And he's like, hey, you want some? You want some? Whatever, whatever. So, yeah, man. Big dummy, man. Big dummy. This brother's over here in a country where they cut off hands and feet. And he think because he is a little well-to-do with some NFL money that he's not susceptible to running into that kind of justice of that country. He's actually, footnote, over there, not with, but visiting Floyd Mayweather, or they're meeting over there as well. So after Floyd Mayweather hears about this situation, Floyd Mayweather makes a decision to sever ties with him. And it actually goes public. And Floyd says, hey, you know, I don't want nothing to do with the guy. I ain't got nothing to do with him. You know, that guy, our friendship and business is done. So this guy right here is burning bridges a mile a minute. He's running off of NFL fields, throwing his jersey into the rafters. He's talking shit to coaches. Young man, but he can't get a job in NFL. They won't hire him. Nobody else is gonna put him on the team. He's a tremendous risk, and this is why, because he's a big dumbass. Sexually assaulting the lady. The lady ran off and went to the desk, told them about it, and she was terrified. They said she was mortified. So she goes and tell the desk about it, and the people at the hotel take and throw him out the hotel. Getting thrown out of hotels in Dubai. So you think your money can protect you. He's got some kind of contract where he was given, I don't know, 30 million, something like that. And that's what he has for the rest of his life. A lot of people can live on that for the rest of their lives. But the way he lives, I doubt it. Throwing money away left and right, splurging, constantly having constantly having dealings with the law, constantly running into more issues with the law, more lawsuits. So yeah, big dummy of the week, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for this big dummy right here, Antonio Brown.
You big dummy. You big dummy.
You big dummy. You know, just crazy, man. You gotta want to do better being black. You gotta understand the responsibility of being black, and when you're an individual that is a star that has people watching you and following you. You know, Cicely Tyson said it best. I seen this before she passed. She passed like last year, and Cicely Tyson said she would only choose certain roles that kind of magnified empowerment in her character. So she didn't want to choose any kind of role. She wanted to choose the roles where they were stand out to that particular black woman. She said, because we have a responsibility to our community. You can look up this comment. It's one of the comments that she made during the last year of her life. God bless her and the Tyson family. But she's absolutely right. You have this gift. You have this outlet, and you have a group of people that are watching you that have never experienced this, you know, and they're living through you, whether you like it or not. Be the best you can be. You got to, when you come from what we come from. You don't have much of a choice. Or you can just be a shit bag. You can be 10 pounds of shit in a 5-pound bag. And you can leave that as a legacy. Congratulations. It's up to you. It's up to you. So, big dummies of the week, ladies and gentlemen. Big dummies. Damn shame. All right, y'all. Well, listen. I'm going to get out of here because I was looking at my power, and I have depleted power pretty significantly. I hate to cut things short because of that. I'm getting the messages. Your Mac will be going to sleep very soon unless you plug it in. And I don't have, I'll tell you what, while I still got you here, help me out. If you guys can help me out, I'm going to do a test. I'm going to unplug my mic. Can you hear me? Can you guys hear me? If you can hear me, text in the chat. I got one person saying no. Mr. Reed says no. Can anybody hear me? Can't hear you. Okay. All right. All right. Nope. 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 All right. How about now? Can you hear me? Yo, yo. Yo, 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 yo. Yo, yo. Yeah. All right, I'm back. All right, so, yeah, for some reason, I'm having issues with having power at the same time of having sound, blah, blah. So, whatever. But yeah, man. I'm going to get out of here. And I appreciate everybody. Thanks for commenting, you guys. Adrian Williams, CWK, we got you. Cheryl Thomas, Melissa Thomas. Thank you guys. Yes, now. Thank you so much for helping me. You guys literally helped me through all of this as well at many different stages. So, if you have not subscribed, folks, any new folks here today, because there were some new folks that popped up in here, please make sure that you like, subscribe, and share. Omega Classic Records is the page and the name. Omega, none rhymes greater. I guarantee it. You shall see very soon, sooner than you think. Before I go, I want to tell y'all about a side hustle that's out there. I was gonna wait, but there's a side hustle that's out there right now where people that are flying that have lost their luggage, you can go and work through these apps, retrieve people's luggage, and then drop it off to them. There's a dude that I ran into online that makes a few $100s a day doing that. I don't have the name of those apps. Let me see. I might have a name. Yeah, he works on an app called Express Bags. It's X spelled with an X. Express Bags. So if you guys are looking for a side hustle, check that out, man. Express Bags, where you can go and you can pick up lost luggage and drop it off to people. This guy made about $800 in one day doing that. So I wanted to let folks know that, because that's gig work, and there's a lot of gig work opportunities out there, but that's one I hadn't heard of. So I just wanted to let folks know that Express Bags, where you can go and pick up luggage and drop it off to people. All right. And then finally, just final thoughts. Man, love all you guys too. CWK, love you. Mom, love you. Everybody, love all y'all. Adrian, love you. Corey, love you. Everybody else that's here that knows me, know that I love you. Hey, dog, I'm gonna give you a call too, man, because I meant to call you the other day. Be careful being Black and just trekking through the different realms of this country. Be careful going to get a cheeseburger at McDonald's, thinking that you cool and safe, because along with the other elements, of course, that you got to worry about, all these fools running around doing what they doing, robbing, stealing, and killing. You got to worry about police too, a group of people that you are conflicted with obeying or disobeying, a group of people that you're like, I don't know if I should, because it doesn't feel right, and that's the worst. That dealing with them could be worse than dealing with a stranger with a gun, to me, because you're submitting yourself for death and you may not know it. Every traffic stop, every encounter, there's a Twilight Zone episode from Jordan Peele's new Twilight Zone, and it's a great episode. It's about this mom taking her son to college, and they're both Black. And on the way to college, she encounters a police officer, and the police officer ends up killing the son. And she has this video camera where she can rewind time. So she's trying to figure out, because every time she rewinds the tape on the video camera. She runs into a new way of her son getting murdered by this cop. It's the Twilight Zone. She just can't figure out how to keep her son alive to get him to college that day. They get pulled over. Her son gets killed in a traffic stop. They at a restaurant. They get into it in the parking lot at the restaurant because the cop wanted to see the registration because he didn't believe that luxury car was hers. He ends up killing her son in the parking lot. They make it to a hotel. She thought they was clear one time. She had done the rewind. Cop ends up coming to the room, talking about the car parked in the front of the hotel. Ends up killing the son in the hotel room. So it was crazy. It was an episode of the Twilight Zone where this woman couldn't figure out how to save her son's life for nothing. Because she was just running from this authority figure, this mean cop who was hell-bent on killing her or her son. So, needless to say, that episode is very close to life. Very close. So, watch yourself. Pray every day. Make sure you tell your people you love them every day. Because there are things we can't control. There are things we don't know that are coming. I look at somebody like Adrian, and I know Adrian still thinks to this day that, I mean, of course, it just happened. My son is gone. How is that possible? You never know. You don't know nothing. All you know is what you know now while you're breathing. And you have an idea of what you're going to do tomorrow. But that's your plan. It's not God's. So watch out. Beware. Take care of yourself. Take care of your family. All right? Love, love, love every day. And don't ever stop. All right? All right. Thank all of y'all. God bless y'all for spending your time with me. Make sure that you tune in. We got another episode coming soon. I don't know when, but it's coming soon. All right. This has been Crossfaded. All right. We love you. Stick around. Like, subscribe, share. Omega Classic Records is the page. And the name. I'm out. Peace.
Crossfaded. 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 Bad they never made it. Bad so now they hating. They bad for how they played it. I'm just trying to make it. Trying to hold my placement. Thanking God for the graces. Watching for changing faces. Crossfaded. This is special occasion. Subjects hotter than Cajun. Andouille and Mason. Crossfaded. I'm just a duck in the pond. Shout out to Dorian. My reign has just begun. I be crossfaded. 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 Well, you ready? Let's start the show. Crossfaded. Crossfaded. Crossfaded.